It's a beautiful Friday night in Groton, Connecticut, and championship week continues on game day. Live on theday.com, Casey O'Neill, along with the sports doctor Keith O'Brien. And we are here at Fitch High School for the ECC Baseball Championships between, well, who else? The Waterford High School Lancers and the East Lyme Vikings, a rematch of last year's championship game, a rematch of last night's lacrosse championship game, and it feels like the game we should just pencil in to all championships all the time.
That good to see you tonight, Casey. Boy, I'm back in the saddle with my partner here. And like you said, a little bit of a different route this year for the Waterford Lancers. Last year, all world with Michael Burrows on the mound. The number 7 seed coming in, 15-8. And East Lyme, again, Jack Biggs, I talked to him on the field before the game. He says, I kind of like playing in this game, sports doctor. So both teams excited to be here.
Yeah, it seems like East Lyme every year, no matter how their season starts out, they go on a little bit of a run and they start really tuning things up as they head into the postseason. They rolled through it last year and upset Waterford in the championship game. Almost like a little bit of a reversal this year. Waterford went through the struggles in the regular season, and they ramped it up. And now I think maybe they might go after this game a little more than they have in, say, years past.
Well, I think with East Lyme, Casey, they kind of find a way, don't they? They find a way to get themselves in position. Obviously, back-to-back trips to the state finals, lost in dramatic fashion in back-to-back years. But they find a way to put themselves in a position to at least win a championship, and that's the program. That's Jack Biggs. That's what the program does.
Well, tonight's matchup features a lot of familiar names, a lot of familiar faces from the basketball court and from the previous baseball years. Let's go through the starting lineups. For Waterford, the number 7 seed, how strange is that to hear Waterford, the 7 seed, the defending baseball champions out of Class M, leading off the third baseman, Ryan Bakken, batting second, and on the mound, pitcher Peyton Sutman. The catcher, Ben Jerome, bats third, and center fielder, Sonny Pizzello, hits cleanup. Batting fifth, the first baseman, Caden Maynard. Shortstop, Jared Burrows, bats sixth. Right fielder, Luke Sokolsky, bats seventh. Connor Podesta in left field hits eighth. And batting ninth, second baseman, Anthony Tanucci. Peyton Sutman on the mound for the Lancers. For the 5 seed and home team today, as weird as that is for the 5 seed, leading off shortstop Chris Malcolm. Batting second, the pitcher, Luke Leonard. Tristan Levesque is in center field hitting third. Owen Robbins bats cleanup in right field. Tommy Mason out in left field hits fifth. Jake Shulkley, the DH, hits sixth. Nolan Connolly at third base hits seventh. Joey Grubb at first base hits eighth. And Drew Mengi bats ninth at second base. Ethan Toback will do the catching for East Lyme.
And we're going to look tonight on the bumper, on the mound, as you would call it, Casey O'Neill. Luke Leonard, the crafty lefty, looking to do good things here tonight for Jack Biggs and the East Lyme Vikings.
Well, just going through the lineups, you got Luke Leonard and Joey Grubb and Drew Mengi, all members of that basketball team. And you've got, on the other side of things, Liam Spellman and Caden Maynard and Peyton Sutman and Ryan O'Connell.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys have faced each other so often in multiple sports.
For many years, too. I mean,
many,
these kids,
years.
These juniors and seniors, like you said, they all know each other. They all. It just seems like East Lyme and Waterford have been beating each other up, whether it's in football, basketball, softball, baseball, you name it. Lacrosse, we saw that last night. So it seems to be the marquee, what's the word I'm looking for here? The marquee rivalry in the ECC across the board.
Yeah, it really is. And we'll talk in a moment about how far back that rivalry goes for these two groups of kids. But stepping into the box to lead us off here in the ECC championship game, third baseman Ryan Bakken, and Leonard from the windup delivers the pitch.
Play ball.
Fastball just outside, ball one.
Game time temperature was 73 degrees. Casey, won't affect things too much out there. Wind blowing in tonight here at Fitch High School.
The 1-0 pitch. Fastball outside, and Leonard quickly behind in the count, 2-0. Let's see if Bakken gets the green light here on 2-0.
Nice crowd here at the Fitch High School.
Very, very windy out there. That will affect both pitchers and the outfielders for sure. The 2-0 pitch from Leonard. Fastball right down the chute. Strike one. Gets the count a little bit more even. Quick worker is Leonard. Gets right back on the mound. Looks in for the sign from his catcher, Toback. Shakes him off. And we'll see the 2-1 pitch. That is a ball high. 3-1.
Cardinal sin in baseball is walking the leadoff batter. You know that as a coach yourself a little bit. Gives you some gray hair if you had any.
3-1 pitch. We'll see if Bakken swings, and he does, and he fouls it off out to the right, and that'll bring the count full at 3-2 here. First batter, Leonard already working a little harder, I think, than he would like to. Full count on the leadoff hitter, Bakken. Sutman and Jerome to follow, and Pizzello will bat fourth if he gets a chance to hit in this inning. So these two teams, Sports Doctor, have not only a rivalry from high school, they go back all the way to Little League. This group of Waterford juniors, with Sutman and Burrows and Sokolsky and Podesta and Tanucci, were all part of multiple state championship Little League and Babe Ruth teams. And a 3-2 pitch, strike three, got it by Bakken, and there's the first out of the ball game.
Well, it took 7 pitches, and Luke Leonard bared down and threw a fastball past Bakken right there. Casey got himself down on the count 2-0, recovered nicely, and got the K.
And the pitcher, Peyton Sutman, will step in. Sutman and Leonard dueling on the mound tonight here in the championship game. Leonard settles in from the windup, and the pitch. Pop-up on the infield. Drifting out is Mengi, and called off in favor of the right fielder, Robbins. He puts it away for the second out of the inning, and a nice quick start there for Leonard, and that'll bring up the catcher, Ben Jerome. So Sports Doctor, East Lyme had perhaps the second best Little League team and the second best Babe Ruth team in all the state, but they couldn't get past this Waterford team who went to the World Series in the Babe Ruth, prompting an early Casey and the Sports Doctor, is Waterford the best baseball town in all of Connecticut?
Yeah, I do recall that. I do recall the argument. And hey, listen, it's been a couple years now since their state championship, but every year they seem to be knocking on the door, especially in the ECC and statewide.
Strike one, 0-1 pitch, 2 outs here in the top of the first inning to Ben Jerome. Leonard delivers. Fastball high, 1-1.
You know, you talk about that, Casey, too, and I think what you're seeing, too, is, you know, a lot of these teams, especially in the ECC, are starting to catch up a little bit. You know, Legend had a good year this year with Kenny Turner. Obviously, Montville had a good year. I mean, there's some good baseball teams.
1-1 pitch from Leonard. Changeup down and fouled away by Jerome, and the count 1-2 on the Waterford catcher. Leonard.
I'm sorry, Casey. It's the program. It's the program of Waterford now. It's the program of East Lyme that's, you know, made them successful.
1-2 pitch from Leonard. Fastball tails away and evens the count at 2. No, but these programs are the premier programs in the conference, and their youth programs are a testament to that. But this group of Waterford kids has had success at every level. They've won Little League state championships, Babe Ruth state championship, and a high school state championship, and that's remarkable. 2-2 pitch from Leonard to Jerome. Fastball high, and the count goes full. Leonard having a hard time with that fastball. Good life on the fastball for the diminutive guard/pitcher, but tough to control, as you can hear the wind whipping out there right now. The flag blowing straight in from center field.
Full count for 2 out of the first 3 batters of the game.
And the full count pitch to Jerome is a fastball high, and he walks him. So a 2-out walk to the catcher, Ben Jerome, and that'll send up center fielder Sonny Pizzello.
Number 6, center fielder, Sonny Pizzello.
13 pitches this far in the first inning for Luke Leonard. Got away easy on that second batter.
Yeah, you want to be efficient. A big lead out there by Jerome. Leonard from the stretch, gives him a look, and delivers home. Fastball high, and Leonard seems to be missing high right now. Can't get that fastball down in the zone, and we don't see what kind of move he has. Usually the left-hander will make the running game a little more difficult, but these teams both love to run when they get a chance. And you see Jerome with a nice, healthy lead off of first base. Pizzello with the open stance. Takes a fastball over the outside part of the plate for a strike, evening the count at 1-1.
Just painting the black on the outside part of the plate. Luke Leonard, like you said, a quick worker up there, Casey. Gets the sign and goes.
Jerome takes his lead. Pizzello awaits in the box, and Leonard delivers the 1-1 pitch. Quick step on the little hit and run action by Waterford, and Leonard sensed it. He went quick slide step. He didn't go full. Foul ball, 1-2.
Good opportunity here for the Lancers to send the runner in motion. And Jerome.
Trying to make
2 outs, so make it a little, make something happen.
And if he gets thrown out, then you just have a runner. You start off with your 4-hitter hitting in the next inning. The 1-2 pitch to Pizzello. Jerome with a big lead. He's off and he's going. Fastball high. Throw down to second base is in time, but the slide, and it gets away. and Jerome will be safe at second base. A nice throw by Toback on a difficult pitch to throw, but a stolen base by Jerome gets Waterford a runner in scoring position, the count even at 2, and if Pizzello can deliver a base hit, we might have our first run of the ballgame. I'd be playing outfielders very shallow tonight because it is going to be tough to get one out of here. 2-2 pitch from Leonard. We haven't seen the breaking ball yet. And on cue, there it is. It's popped up out of play. Now, one downside of playing here at Fitch is you lose about 612 balls every game you play. It's the most expensive field in all of southeastern Connecticut. And Poison Ivy lurks for anybody who goes out to get a baseball.
Not going down that hill to catch balls or fetch balls.
Fastball in the dirt, nicely stopped by Toback, and the count goes full. Another full count here in the first inning. 3 of the first 4 hitters have seen a lot of pitches from Leonard.
18 pitches thus far for Luke Leonard.
Taxiing. Yeah, if he needs to get out of here under 20, or else it's back. Slide step in the pitch, and he walked him. Ball high and a frustrated Leonard. Runners on first and second, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Caden Maynard.
Now, is that just mechanics, Casey, or does he not feel comfortable out there? Is he not warmed up? I mean, it's breezy, but it's a warm night here at Fitch High School. Mechanics?
Yeah, it's mechanics early. He's not finishing his delivery. Arms dragging a little bit behind, and ball's just sailing high out of a high release point. Fastball. High pop-up tailing away from Robbins in right field, drifting into foul territory, but he makes the catch. Does Robbins, and that'll end the inning, and we'll head to the bottom of the first inning. No score as Waterford fails to capitalize on a couple of base runners. And we'll go down to the bottom of the first. East Lyme will send up Malcolm, Leonard, and Levesque. You can hear the wind whipping.
Whipping Peyton Sutman on the mound. Casey, we've seen a lot of his brother the last few years here at Waterford High School. The game last year, he broke his hand in the ECC Championship game, and it really kind of stymied Waterford from making a run in the state tournament, in my opinion.
Yeah, they were poised. They threw Bobby Silva in the championship game so they could line up Burrows, Sutman, and Burrows in the final. I mean, they wanted to have it all together. Then Walk goes out and breaks his hand. And not only that, he was a middle-of-the-order hitter for them. Just took the life out of them. They were coming off of a state championship in baseball. You know, everything was cooking for Waterford at the time. That really took the life out of them. Of course, they were coming off, but they rebounded nicely. Hard to believe that that team that won a championship 2 years ago, they came in as the defending state champions. Hard to believe that team kind of fizzled last year, and it can be attributed to the injury to Sutman. Now his brother throws hard. Walk through hard. Peyton throws hard too. Live arm, very electric on the mound.
Athletic kid. We saw him all basketball season long. Casey, he's got the goods and he's ready to deal today.
Yeah, he's got, if anything, sometimes gets a little bit ahead of himself. Control can be a problem.
That comes with the maturity. Maturity on the mound, maybe.
I think it's also his body type. You know, he's a very long, athletic kid. That's part of why he throws so hard. He's got that nice extension, and sometimes putting all those legs and arms together can be a challenge. But when he's on, he is electric. And tonight, he will be looking to bring a championship to Waterford in the ECC.
That wind is howling from center field. Wreak havoc on a baseball and on a golf ball today, too, by the way. A couple of golf balls went away on the course.
It wasn't because of the wind, I can tell you that.
Always a good time playing a little golf with my good friend and partner, Casey.
Yeah. Stepping into the box for Vikings here in the bottom of the first inning, the shortstop, Chris Malcolm.
Bottom of the first, shortstop, number 1, Chris
Malcolm and Leonard, the table setters here for Jack Biggs.
Fastball is grounded into the hole. Burrows fields it. Long throw, shows the arm off, and he gets him at first base on a stretch. Over there by Maynard. Well, Jared Burrows showing off the arm that's sending him to the University of Hartford.
Yeah, he can go down and dig it out and come up with the best of them, boy. 1 pitch, 1 out for Sutman, but Burrows again,
pitcher,
deep in the hole, it's short.
Leonard.
That'll bring the pitcher into the box. Luke Leonard, the all-everything athlete, will face his friend Peyton Sutman, and the first pitch is popped up on the infield. Third baseman Bakken settles underneath it. Now it drifts back towards the infield, and how about 2 pitches, 2 outs? The opposite of what was going on with Leonard.
So do we see the aggressiveness by the East Lyme hitters to just jump on the first fastball you see and try and make something happen? With the Waterford batters a little more patient and letting Luke Leonard work.
Well, Leonard was also wild out of the strike zone, and Sutton pounds the strike zone. So now the cardinal rule is you do not swing at the pitch here, no matter what. No 3-pitch outs. And the hitter,
it's cardinal rule.
Yeah, center fielder Tristan Levesque, one of my favorite hitters in the ECC. The kid can really swing. It's got a beautiful stroke, and a 1-0 pitch from Sutton. Fastball on the outside part of the plate, strike one. But you don't want to get behind Sutton because he's a strikeout pitcher and he has good off-speed stuff. That's why they're aggressive early in the strike zone. 1-1 pitch is lofted foul out of play down the left field line, and ahead in the count is Sutton.
Not only the off-speed stuff, but he can make bats miss out there. Something he can whistle it by it from time to two.
Quick worker, 1-2 pitch from Sutton. Breaking fastball outside. Tried to freeze him away, and it evens the count at 2.
Sutton wanted that. You saw the step off the mound. He wanted that one.
What I like is he gets right back on the mound. These two guys both like the deal. 2-2 pitch to Levesque. Outside, and full count on the center fielder of East Lyme.
Rhythm and tempo, very important on the mound. Sutton.
Full count pitch. Swing and a miss on a high fastball. He put it right past him. Strike 3 and a nice inning for Peyton Sutton. We're at the end of 1 and no score here in the ECC Championship baseball game.
A high cheese that time from Peyton Sutton, dealing the goods. Like the way he goes right at hitters and he gets pounds the strike zone.
And he throws hard. So we talked a little bit about that group of Waterford kids, a lot of the familiar names from that team, Bakken and Burrows and Sokolsky, Podesta, Tanucci. But here to me is a fascinating little thing, all right? Back in 1988, all right, Waterford High School wins state championship in baseball.
Sure.
The starting second baseman, a kid by the name of Eric Tanucci.
Hey, his son's out there.
Starting shortstop was a kid by the name of Chris Podesta.
Mm-hmm.
The starting third baseman was a guy by the name of Tim Burrows.
No kidding.
And what do you have out there right now? You got a Burrows, a Tanucci, and a Podesta. Right back at it here again, 30 years later.
Runs in the family. You talk about that's when you talk about the legacy of the towns,
Well, that's exactly
Amity
it.
and Woodbridge, and some of the great baseball towns.
That's right, Berlin.
It's the legacy, yes, yep.
And people talk about, Bristol and Berlin. They hear the Capodice family, and here in Waterford, you hear names like Elsie and Tanucci and Burrows and Podesta. And these guys, and now the next generation. I mean,
you feel old?
Well, Tanucci's.
You feel old?
Tanucci's had 3 brothers, Norman, Michael, and Eric, who were all college and pro baseball players. Scotty Tanucci, that was an outstanding pitcher. Now the kids are all coming through. It's like there's Tanucci's everywhere. And Anthony is no stranger to. I can't even imagine what the wiffle ball games in that backyard were like growing up.
Shortstop.
So leading off here in the top of the second inning for Waterford is the shortstop Jared Burrows, one of a group of kids going to the University of Hartford out of the ECC. He'll join Kenny Turner of Ledyard at Hartford next year, and Luke Leonard will deliver. Fastball lined into left field, sinking, and it drops in front of Mason for the first hit of the ball game for Waterford. Burrows jumped on that high fastball and lined a hit here to lead off the second inning.
Yeah. That time you saw Luke Leonard groove a fastball. First pitch swing, Casey right in his wheelhouse. Jared Burrows turned on it. And is a table setter here in the top of the second.
Swing honed at the pit in East Lyme, the home of a lot of these kids in the offseason. And that brings to the plate Luke Sokolsky, the right fielder. He's bunting back to Leonard. Leonard takes a quick look at second and instead throws him out at first to Joey Grubb, advancing Burrows over to second with the sacrifice bunt. That goes 1-3, and that'll bring up the left fielder, Connor Podesta. And it begs the question, Sports Doctor, why is Connor Podesta hitting 8th and Sokolsky hitting 7th if they feel that Sokolsky should be bunting him over so that Podesta can hit?
That's a good question.
Well, why isn't Podesta hitting 7th then if he's a better hitter than Sokolsky? What do I know? Connor Podesta, the left fielder, looks at the ball in the dirt, blocked nicely by Toback for ball 1. Connor Podesta's father, Chris Podesta, one of the great players in Southeastern Connecticut, great athletes, basketball, soccer, and baseball, and a dear friend and roommate of mine back in my Legion days. And he skies one towards the fence. Grubb gives it a run, but it's out of play, and it evens the count at 1. Anthony Tanucci in the hole waiting for Waterford. No score here in the top of the second of the 2019 ECC Championship. Waterford High School, the 7 seed, and East Lyme, the 5 seed, here at Fitch High School on a beautiful field and a beautiful night. Windy. If the wind dies down, it'll be perfect. Burrows leads off a second. And Podesta takes a fastball inside from Leonard, 2-1. That backed him off the plate and turned his shoulder.
Leonard seems to have a little more command of his pitches here in the second inning.
Yeah, more around
finding
the
the strike zone.
Here's the pitch of decision here, 2-1, game changer. Burrows, big lead off a second. 2-1 pitch is high. The 2-1 pitch is the most important pitch in baseball because a ball puts the count at 3-1, which is an absolute hitter's count. And a strike evens the count at 2 and puts the pitcher in charge where he can throw his best pitch. So it's the most important pitch in baseball. And so there, by missing, now Podesta is in the driver's seat, 3-1 count. And a fastball high, and Podesta will draw the walk, and he'll head down to first base. That's the third walk already here in 2 innings for Leonard, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, Anthony Tanucci, with a chance to get Waterford on the board as they've got something going here, first and second, and 1 out in the top of the second inning.
You got your number 9 hitter coming up, Casey. You got 2 men on with only 1 out. Possibilities of a big inning here for the Waterford Lancers.
Could have been even bigger if without the sacrifice bunt. Giving outs away, they're precious. Leonard from the stretch. Sails high, and he is wild high, which just means he's not finishing his delivery.
Struggling with his control.
Well, usually when a pitcher's wild high like that, it's because they're not either getting balanced and they're rushing forward, or with the arms dragging behind. Big stride. Leonard, for a small kid, has a very, very long stride. And whenever you see that, fastball lined into center field, Levesque will settle under it. You're not going to get it to go anywhere tonight. And there's the second out on a hard hit ball by Tanucci, but right to Levesque for the second out. And third baseman Ryan Bakken will come back up. He was a strikeout victim in the first.
That's a big out right there for Luke Leonard, Casey.
Number 4.
2 outs now, 2 guys on.
Bakken.
If he can get through Bakken right here, he can get out of this inning unscathed.
You know, it's interesting that Leonard seems to have better control when he does that slide step, and a part of it's because his stride is shorter, and he's not trying to amp up. Watch when he goes full stride, how big, full knee up. Watch how big the stride is. When he tones it down like that, stride's a little shorter, arms not dragging behind him.
Mechanics get a little bit better out there,
yeah,
a little better for rhythm, yeah.
So. The 0-1 pitch from Leonard. Down, and that'll even the count at 1-1. Top of the second inning, 1-1. Runners on first and second. Waterford with a little threat here. 2 outs and Ryan Bakken at the dish. The pitch. Just missed outside with a fastball, 2-1. We'll see if the wind dies down now that the sun is starting to set. That would make a big difference here if it calmed down a little bit. 2-1 pitch from Leonard. Takes it high, 3-1, and an ideal hitting position now for Bakken. He's way ahead in the count. He's got to be locked.
He has the green light right now.
Right, he's got to be locked and loaded on something specific.
Yeah.
He's got to pick a pitch.
It's his pitch.
Yeah, the pitch.
Nothing out of the strike zone.
1 pitch in 1 spot, and that's it. Everything else he lets go. 3-1 pitch. Fastball, and he walks him. That loads the bases, and Jack Biggs is going to take a stroll out to the mound and talk to Luke Leonard.
Yeah, he's thrown 34 pitches now, Casey, in just 2 innings. 20 in the first, 14 here in the second. Like you said, 4 walks right now. Walks and errors. A pitcher's worst enemy.
Well, you know, if pitching and defense wins championships, walks and errors are the way to lose games. But walks in particular, you work harder, extra pitches. Now he's got to be perfect with Sutman. No room for error.
So are you going to go back to the sacrifice bunt? Right now, you don't like that. You don't like that play.
No. There are 27 outs in a baseball game.
You don't want to give them one.
They're like little children.
Yeah.
Protect them and keep them well.
That's a good point.
Because you gave one away, which almost guaranteed.
Situational baseball.
Almost guaranteed not a big inning. It's not like Sutman was dealing in the first. Luke's been struggling.
Yeah.
And he, what does he do? He gives up a hard hit single to Burrows, and you immediately go and give him an out.
The pitcher.
I'd like to see him let himself get himself in trouble like he has now. The one out that he actually earned was a bullet.
A big at bat here for Sutton. He can help himself. Talking about pitcher helping himself in a situation.
Absolutely.
Bags are full. 2 outs. Top of the second. Do yourself a favor, son. Get a base hit. Get some runs on the board for yourself.
Yeah, and Leonard can help himself by bearing down and getting this out. The 1-0 pitch, right down the chute. Strike one. And Sutton was taken all the way on that.
That's a good pitch.
He was not going to touch that one. He needs to see Leonard throw some strikes. So count evens up at 1.
Patient piece of hitting there.
Fastball right by him. Good swing, but Leonard had a little extra on that one. 1-2.
A little giddy up that time from Luke Leonard. Making bats miss. A little cheese that time from Luke Leonard.
Ahead in the count. We haven't seen much in the way of off-speed pitches from Leonard. He has a good breaking ball. Let's see if he goes with it here on the 1-2 pitch. And no, fastball right by Sutton. And Leonard escapes trouble here in the second inning.
Talk about helping yourself out there, Luke Leonard, dealing the goods to end the top of the second inning. Bags full, Peyton Sutton up, no problem.
No score.
Strikeout, K.
Vikings coming.
I mean, I was, in both innings, the Lancers have had some noise, and this is when you talk about keeping a team in the game. Keeping them in it.
Yeah.
Waterford, if they look up in the 6th inning and this thing is still a one-run game, they're going to go, man, we should have broken it open early when
Had a
Luke
chance.
was struggling. Yeah,
had a chance. Had a chance with one of your best hitters up there in Sutton, and Luke Leonard did a nice job that time, bared down and struck him out. I like the fact that he threw his fastball past Sutton on 2 pitches in that sequence.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of oomph on that fastball, does Leonard. He's diminutive guy, but he's got some mileage behind that fastball. The other thing about on the other part is Sutton. Not only does he have such life on his fastball, but you watch his delivery, and it's not so much that he's 3/4, but he slings a little bit. He's very, very closed, which is a good thing. Watch how closed he gets, but watch how quickly he explodes out of it, and he almost slings the ball from behind. It's very late to pick up, and it allows him a little bit of deception on top of what is overwhelming stuff. I mean, there are arms everywhere in Waterford. They got, Burrows, O'Connell. I mean, they trotted out Liam Spellman. Who
against
would,
the semifinal game.
through a shutout,
Yeah.
He'd probably be a regular rotational guy virtually anywhere else.
And he's a 4.
He's back here. He's buried in the 4 spot. Connor Podesta, outstanding relief pitcher specialist for Waterford. I would expect to see him tonight. So leading off here in the bottom of the second inning for East Lyme is the right fielder Owen Robbins. 1-2-3 went the Vikings in the first. Peyton Sutton back on the bump for the Lancers. And Robbins settles in. The pitch. Ground ball to second base right at Tanucci. He smushes it, slings it over to first base, and 1 pitch, 1 out. That's a familiar theme here, as the Vikings have been jumping on that first pitch, but so far with no success.
You like that strategy? Or do you want to take a few and make them work a little bit? And again, you're talking about a kid that finds the strike zone, to compound the strike zone. Is the first pitch the best pitch you're going to see in the at-bat?
It might be, but if it's a good pitch, but so far they're not doing much with it. There's a fastball, first pitch strike on Tommy Mason, the left fielder. He's been hot lately for the Vikings. He's been swinging a good bat.
Tough kid in the football field as well.
He is. 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball, beautifully put right over the plate by Sutton, and quickly Mason down in the count 0-2.
Now here's a spot as a pitcher you got to love. 0-2, you can pretty much throw anything right now. Bury one in the dirt. Make Mason go fishing.
He went high fastball and sailed it high, 1-2. I'd expect him to come back breaking ball right here off of that high fastball. I think that was a setup pitch, and now watch him bury a breaking ball here on 1 and 2.
Make him chase something. Yep.
And it was, and down in the count, evens the count at 2. Now let's see if he goes and tries to freeze him with a fastball, or if he comes back with another breaking ball. The cat and mouse game that is baseball. 2-2 pitch. Fastball high, and the count goes full on Tommy Mason.
Catcher was set up outside that time.
Yeah,
trying to stay away from Mason, and then that ball just kind of
trying to freeze him with a fastball. I usually do that off a breaking ball. And a
Good pitch.
beautiful fastball inside part of the plate for strike 3. Freezes Mason. Sutton comes back with a pellet right on the inside part of the plate. 2 outs here in the second.
Great pitch that time by Peyton Sutton. Casey, nothing Mason could do. Couldn't get his hands out, couldn't extend. Like you said, frozen right there watching. Great sequence of pitching that time by Sutton. He knows how to pitch.
He does. Big designated hitter Jake Shulkley steps in, and ball 1 outside. He does know how to pitch, and you don't see a lot of 2-strike fastballs freezing them on the inside part of the plate. You see kids go away, away, away. That's a confident pitch right there to tie up someone like Mason on the full count. Sutton quickly down in the count 2-0 here as he has lost his control against the lefty. Shulkley, the big guy, can swing the bat. If he gets on Nolan Connolly, waiting in the on-deck circle for the Vikings.
Wind's quieted down out there in center field.
2-0 pitch right in the shoot, 2-1.
It's a good hitter's count here, 2 outs.
Here's the big pitch, 2-1. Loses it outside, and now Shulkley's in a hitter's count, 3-1.
And again, if this is his pitch, he can turn on it. If not, he can see another one at 3-2. There's got to be in your sweet spot right here. Let the pitcher come to you.
Fastball outside corner, beautifully done by Sutton. And there it is, to get a strike.
That's paint right there.
To get a strike without having to challenge Shulkley. And now full count here. Sutton with the 3-2. Misses outside, and first base runner of the ball game for East Lyme as Shulkley walks, and Nolan Connolly will get a chance to hit.
Try to go back to the same spot, paint the outside corner against the lefty, just a little bit too outside that time for Peyton Sutton. And like you said, his first walk of the game.
Connolly, the third baseman. See if we can get a little 2-out something going on for East Lyme. No lead over at first by Shulkley, and fastball poured in there for strike 1.
When pitchers are confident in their control, they'll go after the outside part of the plate, won't they? Against either side, right-handed or left-handed batters?
When they're super confident, they'll go on the inside part of the plate against
yeah,
the player,
right,
and that's what we saw from Sutton. 0-1 pitch. Tried to catch the outside corner and sailed out, evening the count at 1.
He had the ability to locate pitches. Talked about last night the ability to pass the ball in lacrosse on a high school level. The ability to locate pitches on a high school level.
Little nubber out in front of the plate. That's going to be trouble. Sutton throws to first and gets him. Nice play. Peyton Sutton fielding his position athletically, pounced on it, made a strong throw to first. And the Vikings go in the second inning. We're going to head to the top of the third. No score here in the ECC championship game.
No runs, no hits, 1
It
left.
is that time of year. It is baseball season. Casey, you got a lot going on with the little leagues all winding down. All you dads out there coaching your teams and stuff like that. ECC championship. We've got the state tournament starting next week, so it's a busy time of year, especially for high school sports, because everything's kind of winding down here in the next week or so. We saw the lacrosse finals last night, state tournament starting, so this is we transition from spring into summer. We haven't had much spring, but
no,
the rain has been terrible. But this is a fun time of year.
Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful night here at Fitch, and talking about how the weather is transitioning. And this is one of my favorite weekends of the year, Memorial Day weekend. It kind of kicks off the official, not start of summer, but sort of the official middle spring. Like everything goes downhill now. School's winding up, summer's on the horizon. It all kicks off with Memorial Day. Got a nice parade on Sunday. Little League All-Star festivities start up, and a good time to honor folks like yourself, Sports Talk, veterans out there. Yeah. We like Memorial Day weekend. So we'll see if Leonard can be a little more efficient here in the top of the third. Waterford sends up the middle of its lineup, Jerome, Pizzello, and Maynard. And we'll see if Leonard, he's been behind everybody so far, and being a little bit of a Houdini act to escape any kind of damage. Jerome will lead off. He walked in the first inning, was the first base runner of the ball game, stole second, and was stranded out there. And now he leads off the top of the third inning for Waterford. From the windup, Leonard has his signed and delivers. Fastball peeled foul. Came inside, and Jerome sliced it out foul. And there's another popular baseball name, the Jerome family, coaches in Waterford and Niantic Legion. And
well, you've been doing this a long time in Southeast Connecticut, haven't you? Yeah. Who don't you know? I mean, geez. They haven't even gone down the list of the London guys yet. Thank God.
no, I mean,
That's coming.
eventually we'll get there.
That is 40 pitches in the first 2 innings and change for Luke Leonard.
Yeah, that's
He's laboring a little bit out there.
A little bit. 1-1 pitch. Leonard from the windup. Fastball. Just misses. 2-1. Two-one pitch. Down 3-1, and Leonard is in danger of walking the leadoff hitter. Another no-no.
Jerome walked his first time up, too.
3-1 pitch from Leonard. Hitters count on Jerome. Fastball right down the chute for strike 2. And that's a good pitch to lay off of.
Straight take, though. Straight take right there.
Fastball, you lead off hitter. It's got to be perfect. It was up just enough to make it something you don't want to try to jump on. But now Leonard has to come back again here. Full count on Jerome. Hard hit, and it absolutely eats up Connolly. It heads into left field. We'll see how they score that. That ball was smoked by Jerome, and it ate up Connolly down at third base.
And a base hit on that, says the official score.
I think so. That ball was, I mean, it was stung, and it was right at his feet. Very difficult play for a third baseman. Just absolutely, right past him. And now Pizzello, who also walked, will come to the plate. The cleanup hitter. But Jerome ran earlier, and Leonard throws over. Jerome stole second in the first inning, so we know he'll go. I think Leonard picked off his first baseman as well. Joey Grubb's walking over and just saying, hey,
he crossed him up over there. All right.
say, hey, gotta be ready. Always an advantage, left-hander with a good move, but Jerome very confident, has a big lead over there at first base. Leonard delivers. Fastball on the outside part of the plate for a strike.
One of the lefties, Andy Pettit, pitcher there. That great move for a lefty. Great pickoff move to first base.
He did. Again,
tricky. It's tricky. It's a tricky move.
You got to know what to recognize, and sometimes you can't do anything about it. You just got to be frozen and make sure he delivers. Foul by Pizzello, and he's down in the count 0-2.
Pizzello was all over that inside fastball right there, Casey.
And the ECC has a tradition of great pickoff moves from its left-handers as well, going back to the great Scott Budner of Fitch High School, who had a pickoff move so good that he picked off enough first baseman. He actually broke a first baseman's jaw because he threw it over and the first baseman wasn't ready for it.
That's right.
And followed it. Bubba Kirsch here at Fitch. A lot of great left-handers in the ECC over the years with great pickoff moves. Slide step from Leonard, but the fastball inside, 1-2.
That was a good pitch by Luke Leonard right there. Came inside on Pizzello and kind of froze him up a little bit. Just missed the strike there. Good pitch.
I like what he's doing with the slide step, followed by he did a step-off throw. He did a regular throw. He's mixing it up, trying to keep Jerome honest. Look for Jerome to run here, expecting breaking ball. Instead, fastball inside and corner, strike 3. Beautiful pitch by Leonard. Froze Pizzello. I think Pizzello was thinking backdoor breaking ball as well, and Leonard froze him on the inside part of the plate for the first out of the third inning.
Second strikeout of the night for Luke Leonard. Needed that one, Casey. Big-time pitch in the inside part of the plate. Like I said, froze up Pizzello.
First baseman Caden Maynard, he flew out to right field in his first at-bat. Throw over by Leonard. So that's not a great move right there.
That's a keep you honest type of move over there at first base.
If that's his move, then Waterford's going to be able to take advantage, which is why Leonard goes slide step, which is why he does a step off. If that's his best move, he's got to do other things to keep him honest. Slide step, there goes Jerome. Throw down to second base in time, and the tag, and he's safe.
Looks like the throw beat him down to second base, but the outside slide there by Jerome avoided the tag.
That was a great throw by Toback, right on the money. I think the ball beat him, and I think it was a good tag as well.
That's Jerome's second stolen base of the game, Casey. Manufacturing scoring opportunities. That's just what Arpaloosa is doing right now.
Toback couldn't have put the ball any better. 1-0 pitch, right by Maynard, strike 1. It has to be a good slide by Jerome, or else, I mean, the umpire's right there, but that had to be a good slide by Jerome in order for that tag to not get there in time, because the ball did beat him.
Outside part of the bag, avoiding the tag. Good heads-up play. Second stolen base of the game.
1-1 pitch to Maynard from Leonard. Inside, fastball. I think one of the lost arts, believe it or not, in all of baseball, including Major League Baseball, is the tag. We see guys now have upped the ante in sliding. People have become very acrobatic and very skilled in sliding. And infielders in particular do not know how to put tags now. They reach for the runner, and that's what allows them to do the fancy sliding instead of putting the ball down in the baseline. You know where he's going. I mean, it's a finite space. The base doesn't move.
Yeah.
He has to go to that base. So why reach for the guy? Put the tag down right in front of the base, and they can't get there unless they have to slide into the glove. But too many guys, they reach, and that allows them to pull the arm back, put the other arm over. Inside, and Maynard walks. And runners on first and second for Waterford. Once again, they had 2 runners on in the first. They had the bases loaded in the second.
Shortstop,
And now,
number 12,
runners on
Jared
first and second,
Burrows.
1 out, and the dangerous Jared Burrows steps into the box. He lined a single to left field in his first at-bat, and this is exactly who Waterford wants up in this situation.
And he will be choosy here. Make Luke Leonard throw a strike.
The pitch. Fastball on the inside part of the plate, strike 1. Good pitch from Leonard to get ahead.
5 walks in the first 2 1/3 here by Luke Leonard. That's a lot of pitches.
See if he stays away from the fastball here. Got ahead 0-1. Let's see if he tries to go backdoor breaking ball here, because Burrows ripped the fastball in his first at-bat.
Very, very tough hitter to strike out to is Jared Burrows.
The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball popped up high on the infield. Could be trouble, but Mengi settles underneath it for the second out. Big out by Leonard. He did go with the breaking ball, got it in on the hands of Burrows, and got him to pop up. And that's a better play by Mengi than you might realize. Now, even though the wind has died down, that ball was popped up on the shortstop side of second base, drifted all the way
Tailed,
over.
yeah.
And you could see second baseman getting out of position, but Mengi did a great job. And
Talk about the outfielders playing so shallow, too. The right fielder actually came in and almost made the play on that. It was 2 or 3 steps on the outfield grass.
Luke Sokolsky will step in for Waterford. He, of course, laid down the sacrifice bunt in the second inning. And now with runners on first and second and 2 outs, he has an opportunity to get Waterford on the board here in a scoreless game. The pitch, changeup, nicely done, pulled the string, and out in front was Sokolsky. Leonard delivers. Breaking ball, fouled at the plate, strike 2. So way ahead in the count is Leonard on Sokolsky. Now you're going to see him make his absolute best pitch here. This is probably going to be a fastball up.
Inside.
I think he's going to be a fastball up. The 0-2 pitch from Leonard. Fastball in on his hands and fisted in no man's land, and that was buried. Talk about eating somebody up. Leonard got all the way into Sokolsky's kitchen on that pitch.
And Luke Leonard hustling down the line across the third base line to try to make the play. We've seen that a time or two in his high school career.
Yeah, Leonard, that was like going for a 50-50 ball in
Pitchers,
basketball.
pitchers are not supposed to come off the mound to go after pop-ups, are they? I got it. The catcher's got to call you off. The third baseman's got to call you off, and Luke Leonard's got to go out there and bust his hump and try and make the play.
If he could have laid out for that one, he
Yeah.
would have too.
Yeah.
Still way ahead in the count. I love that pitch. Ate him up. Now the question's going to be, does he have the confidence to try to bury a breaking ball?
Come right back with
off?
the fastball.
I agree. Does he have the confidence to try to do that, or is he going to bury a breaking ball? The 0-2 pitch to Sokolsky. Leonard, breaking ball, and it's fouled deep down the left field line and off the top of a car out there by the football field.
Somebody's car, it says KCO on the license plate.
No, I know where to park. With the wind blowing in, if you hit my car today, that means you hit a driver and a 3-wood.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dangerous spot over there for those cars.
0-2 pitch on Sokolsky. Leonard threw the breaking ball. Will he come back again? Fastball and spoiled as Sokolsky fouls it off. The count remains 0-2.
High pitch count every inning for Luke Leonard. 22 pitches this inning, Casey. Second, 2 out of 3 innings over 20 pitches. 60 pitches for the game.
A lot of pitches through 3 innings. 0-2 pitch on the right fielder, Sokolsky. Fastball high. Popped through the mitt of Toback. Nice job popping up on that one, and the count goes to 1-2.
Talking about scoring opportunities at 2 outs. I mean, Waterford back-to-back innings here where a base hit could probably put them in a driver's seat early. Left the bases loaded in the second. First and second here with 2 outs. Big pitch coming from Luke Leonard.
From the stretch. Fastball high. 2-2. Jerome at second. Maynard at first with 2 outs.
There's a big pitch here for Luke Leonard. Doesn't want to go to a full count. Doesn't want to give Sokolsky any kind of the opportunity, the upper hand up there. He wants to control the pace and tempo. Big pitch.
2-2 pitch. Fastball high, and the count is full, and the runners are going to get a jump start here. They'll be taken off on the full count. Waterford had 2 on in the first. The bases loaded in the second. Now they have 2 on here. Full count on Sokolsky. Everything has been going Waterford's way. They haven't been able to break it open yet, though. Let's see if they can. The runners will be off with the pitch. Jerome and Maynard go. Fastball high, and Sokolsky walks to load the bases. Waterford has the bases loaded again, and Connor Podesta, the left fielder who walked in his first at bat, will come to the plate with a chance to get Waterford on the board.
Back-to-back innings, bases loaded, 2-out situation for Waterford.
Now Connor's,
bottom of the lineup.
Connor's father is about to hop a plane for Florida, UConn assistant coach, and he's about to head down to Florida. So I don't know if he is still able to watch, but he was watching up to a moment ago. So if he does, his kid's got a chance here. Bases loaded, 2 outs in the top of the 3rd inning. Leonard's pitch, sails high. Fastball is not close, and Leonard has suddenly lost the strike zone after walking yet 2 more this inning.
Doesn't like that baseball. Throws it back in.
It's like, it's the baseball's fault.
No, it's definitely,
baseball. It's like that was like
we see some golf on the golf course today. We saw some. It was your fault.
Guy hit 6 straight skull shots into the trees and looked at me like it was my fault.
It was.
1-0 pitch to Podesta. Fastball outside, 2-0, and I would bet you dollars to donuts that Podesta has the take sign right here. It's 5 straight balls by Leonard, bases loaded. I would be shocked if Podesta swings the bat here on a 2-0 pitch. And a strike poured in. Now, once you saw him square around the bunt, you knew he was taking. So, the old, I'm going to bunt.
No squeeze play with the bases loaded.
No, that's the old distraction play right there. But 2-1. Leonard delivers. Fastball away, 3-1, and now you see Coach Peluso down there giving him the box, the 2 hands together.
Yeah, it's right here. It's got to be right there.
Pitch that big.
Right in your wheelhouse. You turn on it. If not, a walk in a run. Big pitch here for Luke Leonard. Biggest pitch of the game.
3-1 pitch to Podesta. Fastball outside. He walked him, and the first run of the game comes in via the base on balls. Podesta walks for the 2nd time, and Jerome will come in to score the first run of the game for Waterford.
8 walks. I'm sorry, 7 walks in the ball game right now for Luke Leonard. 7 walks.
And I think that's going to be all for Leonard. He'll stay in the ball game, and they'll make some changes. So we're going to see a new pitcher into the game.
Let's see Joey Grubb come out of the lineup.
So it looks like Leonard will go out to center field. I think you'll see Levesque head over to first base. And into the game, we're going to move some guys around. Alex Frazier is the new pitcher for East Lyme. Or is they moving him in and Connolly's pitching? We're going to see they got East Lyme guys all over the place right now. So Connolly is going to come into the game to pitch. So that's Nolan Connolly. He's the former 3rd baseman. So Connolly, the 3rd baseman, comes in to pitch, and we'll see about where everyone else goes. Leonard's going to go out to center field. Levesque's going to go over to first base, and we'll see if Grubb, who was the first baseman, comes out of the game, and we're going to have a new third baseman who will be Frazier. So Frazier will go into Grubb's spot, hitting 8th, and everyone else is moving around.
For the Eastern Vikings, now pitching.
So Conley's now going to pitch.
Number 3, Nolan Connolly. Now playing center field. Number 2, Luke Leonard.
Leonard goes out to center field. Levesque now goes
to
first base. And then Grubb comes out of the game. And Frazier goes into Grubb's spot at third base. Thanks, Big Z, for making this as difficult as possible for me.
So Frazier will bat in Grubb's spot.
Yeah, so Frazier's going to bat in Grubb's spot, and that means he's going to lead off in the bottom of the third inning.
Welcome to the game.
So Connolly will come in, nothing like a bases-loaded situation to come into the ball game.
No pressure. No pressure.
And you're going to face Anthony Tanucci, the second baseman. He lined hard to center field in his first at-bat.
Second baseman, Anthony Tanucci.
The old DeMarini in his hands. Connolly with the pitch. Fastball down. 1-0 on Tanucci. The wind picking up again and howling straight in from center field.
Base hit here, Casey would bust this game open early.
Fastball on the inside part of the plate for a strike, evens the count at 1.
Now the adjustment for the hitters, going from the lefty to the righty, do you look at a few pitches, or do you feel a little more comfortable up there with the stick?
That's an excellent question, and it really depends on your own individual comfort level. Nice breaking ball by Conley, and there's the difference though. If the kid has a good breaking ball as a right-hander, you're not afraid of the breaking ball from the left-hander because you see it so well.
Right.
But a good breaking ball from the right-hander is going to give them something different to look at.
He was froze up on that pitch a little bit.
There's another breaking ball, strike 3, and that'll get him out of the inning. So great job. Nolan Connolly comes in to strike out Tanucci with the bases loaded on good breaking balls. But Waterford gets on the board here in the top of the third inning. It's 1-0. Now,
we closed the book on Luke Leonard. He pitched 3 2/3 innings, gave up 1 earned run, 1 hit, 7 walks, and threw 70 pitches.
Yeah, 2 2/3. Now, we are going to have a presentation now down on the field in the middle of the third inning. It's the presentation of the Umpires Awards. The umpires will be giving awards out to
Sportsmanship Award and the ECC Player of the Year Award. Each award has been named after a past board member who has contributed to the Eastern Board of Umpires in our great pastime. Judge Schwabe will do the honors. The Richard Dish Marion Sportsmanship Award is presented with appreciation and recognition for being an outstanding player on and off the field and devoted to the service of their baseball program. Presented by the Eastern Connecticut Board of Baseball Umpires to Ken Turner from Ledyard High School. Also, this year, same reading for the Richard Dick Marion Award, ECC Player of the Year Award, with appreciation and recognition for being an outstanding player on and off the field and devoted to your team service in the baseball program from Fitch Senior High School, Nick Helbig. And the last presentation we have, and the presentations are being made by the board president, Jeff Walsh, the Roger LaFrancois or Roger LaFrance Memorial Sportsmanship Award to the team that's presented the best contact displayed as a baseball team in the community by its officials for the most outstanding of all the sports in the Eastern Connecticut area. presented by the Eastern Connecticut Board of Approved Umpires to Woodstock Academy.
All right, so Woodstock Academy, the Sportsmanship Award for the team award, and Kenny Turner going to Hartford. Nick Helbig going to
Wesleyan
University.
I had a chance to see Nick before the game off the side of the field, and he is jazzed up. Nick Helbig, great kid, isn't he?
I love that kid.
Football season, he's going to be a Wesleyan Cardinal.
He will be a Cardinal. You know who else I love? Alex Frazier. Off the bench, hops in and takes a hack on the first pitch.
That's my type of approach to hitting.
That's the sports doctor's guy
the
right there.
Mark Wahlberg approach to playing golf and hitting, and just let it rip.
Clearly, the message from Jack Biggs was jump on the first
Jump
pitch.
on that first pitch, yeah.
I think we've seen enough now to know when you get a guy coming off the bench and he
He's
jumps on the first
having
pitch.
shoes, yeah.
That was the message. Breaking ball inside, almost hit him.
Well, it's the
Evens
book
count
on
at one.
Sutton. I'm sorry, Casey. The book on Sutton. First pitch fastball. He's got good command, good control. Let's try and get on him early in the count.
I think he probably throws a lot of first pitch strikes.
Yeah.
And that's like you said, might be the best pitch you see in the at bat to hit because he does have good stuff. You don't want to see that hard breaking ball. So also maybe they think he doesn't throw his breaking ball for strikes as much. So jump on the fastball when you can. And fouled out of play by Frazier, and that'll even the count at 2. So that's not a bad couple players right there. Kenny Turner and Nick Helbig, 2, by the way, and they win the Sportsmanship Award for a reason. Those are 2 fabulous kids.
Yeah.
Great representatives of the ECC. 2-2 pitch. Fastball away, count full here.
Kenny Turner with 12 varsity letters, I think. Three-sport athlete every year.
And 4 different sports.
4 different sports, yeah. 12 varsity letters.
Full count here, and the pitch to Frazier. And he walked him. So nice job. Alex Frazier comes into the ball game, draws a walk, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Drew Mengi. And I will say, I'll give you $1, says he bunts.
The giveaway out. This is only their second base run of the game, Casey. And it seems like Waterford's up 7-0 right now, doesn't it?
Waterford's
With
been
all the
through
opportunities they've had?
They've been through the lineup twice.
Yeah.
This is the first time. This is the bottom here for East Lyme. Mengi hacks and fouls it straight back.
First pitch swinging again, Drew Mengi.
Yeah, clearly the message is to jump on the first pitch fastball of Peyton Sutton. Chris Malcolm, the shortstop, waits on deck. Leading off of first is Alex Frazier. The 0-1 pitch from Sutton. Fastball on the outside part of the plate. Strike 2, beautifully done there. And quickly ahead, 0-2, is Sutton on Mengi. Another battle of the basketball court, Sutton and Mengi. Because you don't sleep on Drew Mengi.
No, you don't.
The 0-2 pitch. Outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One-two pitch from Sutton. Fastball right by him, strike 3.
Tough to catch up with that high heat from Peyton Sutton. Drew Mengi went fishing on that one. Big time pitch that time by Peyton Sutton. I like the location, and like you said, Mengi that time, Casey, just kind of waving at it.
Yeah, he had that one by him, and that's going to bring the top of the order up. Chris Malcolm, shortstop. He grounded out on a beautiful play. Jared Burrows showing off the arm in the first inning. Frazier leads off first in the pitch. Breaking ball for a strike, and that's a
Good
big
pitch.
pitch because he's been all fastballs on the first pitch. Now second time through the order, starting off
Change it up a little bit.
and throwing a strike with
Yeah.
it. That's important. 0-1 pitch on Malcolm. Another breaking ball for strike 2.
Beautiful
And that's
pitch.
Back-to-back breaking balls by Sutton on the inside part of the plate. Gets him ahead 0-2 on Malcolm.
That's a good pitch. You know, you see Sutton stare it in, and he has got the looks of a big-time pitcher out there.
Fastball just off the outside part of the plate. Beautiful pitch by Sutton and Malcolm. I think Malcolm was frozen, and he just got fortunate that it was a little bit outside.
And I think Pete Walker gives these guys any kind of tips out there as well, too, the pitching coach.
Toronto Blue Jays, absolutely. 1-2 pitch. And that's down, even the count at 2 on Malcolm. Can the Vikings get something going here? Runner on first, 1 out. Frazier takes his lead, and the 2-2 pitch to Malcolm. Breaking ball, he got him. Beautiful pitch. Sutman spun it sharp on the outside part of the plate and fooled Malcolm badly for strike 3.
Center fielder.
And that'll bring up
Luke
the center fielder,
Leonard.
Luke Leonard. He
Number
popped
2.
up to the third baseman, Bakken, in the first inning.
4th strikeout of the game right there for Peyton Sutman. And again, dealing. Showing you a little bit of everything. Breaking balls and fastballs.
Fastball outside, just missed. And you know how Leonard plays hard because he can't keep his jersey tucked in. He plays so hard his jersey's flying out all the time.
He's a throwback. Frazier on first base. Casey thinking about taking second right here with 2 outs. Thinking about making something happen maybe early in the count. Like I said, if it gets thrown out, then you've got Luke Leonard leading off the 4th inning.
I think if he does it, he's going to try to pick a breaking ball. Fastball outside part of the plate, and that had some hair on it. 1-1. This might be a time to go.
Good
if he
pitch.
thinks he-
Yeah, good. You did 1-1. A little bit of roll the dice count right here as a hitter and as the pitcher. And get a breaking ball, you try and get second base.
Fastball just missed, 2-1.
Oh, that was a good pitch, too. Sutton wanted that.
He's throwing hard right now. He is confident in letting it fly. Well, we'll see if East Lyme does something here. 2-1. Levesque waits on deck. 2-1 pitch. Fastball. Lazy fly ball, left field. Podesta a couple steps back, now settles underneath it and puts it away. And that'll retire the side. We are through 3 innings of play. 1-0 Waterford in the ECC championship game.
Unofficial.
I see Mike DeMauro strolling into the
3
field.
innings
He's coming up
total.
probably here to the booth. We'll get a chance
the
to talk to
Waterford
Mike a little bit
Lancers,
here between innings and
1
have a little
run,
chat about baseball. He's a big
2
Yankee
hits.
fan.
We're gonna find out if he's gonna go to the bullpen or not. So far, we've got the junior voice of game day working the scoreboard.
Yeah.
So the question's
One
gonna be:
hit.
does Mike DeMauro walk in and go, "We're going to the pen,"
Yeah, that's right.
or is he gonna sit back there and
No hit.
schmooze? Knowing Mike,
Yeah, you did schmooze?
he's gonna go. I got a chance to schmooze it up a little
There's
bit.
pizza downstairs too, by the way. So you know, Mike is. It might be a little chilly for Mike to be outside too. It's under 65 degrees, and he can definitely bring up some pizza. There's no doubt about that. Mark Romano doing a great job here at Fitch High School.
Yeah, he and Phil Orby down there
Yeah.
organizing things, and they're doing a very good job. And we're joined in the booth by some of the all-tournament, the MVP, first team, second team, sportsmanship winners.
Yeah.
From across the ECC as the sun slowly makes its way down, and the lights will be on soon as we settle into the top of the 4th inning here. Luke Leonard, the starter, couldn't get through 3. He's been relieved by Nolan Connolly. Connolly came in and threw some great breaking balls, and that's the big difference. Connolly, the righty, has a very good breaking ball. We saw it with Tanucci. Now he's going to face the top of the Waterford lineup here in the 4th. And I think you're going to see a lot of those breaking balls.
Folks, a reminder that tonight's game with Casey O'Neill and Mr. O'Brien worldwide on www.theday.com. You can go to your cell phone or let your friends know if you'd like to watch the rest of the game. Theday.com. Thank you.
Again, you talk about Casey right now for Waterford. This is what some of these kids are 3rd time through the lineup, through the order.
Yeah, this is the 3rd time through now for
Ryan Bakken.
3rd time through for everybody as
Ryan
we get to the top
Bakken,
of the
yeah.
order. So Bakken, he struck out and he walked, and the first pitch from Conley is in for a strike. So Conley gets up in front here, 1-0, and now I think you're going to see a steady diet of breaking balls.
Good pitch. Hello, Mike DeMauro. Welcome to the game again.
There's that breaking ball for strike 2. So we've already seen Nolan Connolly is a breaking ball specialist. He throws them for strikes. It's a sharp breaking ball, and that's a good move by Bigsy to go to him. You're going to see a lot of those now. Change the eye level and the look for the Waterford hitters. There's the breaking ball fouled off. Stays in the head in the count, 0-2.
Yeah, and again, a different look from the lefty in Leonard and then, the right-hander, and it's just like I said, different delivery point. He seems to have a pretty good command of his pitches coming in cold like this.
Yeah, I mean, Leonard really struggled to find the strike zone.
70 pitches.
Yeah, 7
Two-
walks.
2 2/3.
Fastball sawed him off. Ground ball to Malcolm in his tracks. Shows off the arm to Levesque across the diamond for the first out. Beautiful pitch by Connolly. After seeing multiple breaking balls, that's a good fastball on the hands, and he really, really tied up Bakken.
Like I said, Bakken can't extend. We're coming inside a little bit with the high heat, and a nice play that time at shortstop by Malcolm.
That'll bring up the pitcher, Peyton Sutman. He flew out to right field and then struck out in his second at-bat. And I'll tell you, we have a couple of really good shortstops out there today. Chris Malcolm and Jared Burrows can both really, really pick it out there at shortstop. Strong arms.
Good arms from deep in the hole, too. Just step up and make the throw.
1 ball, no strikes on Peyton Sutman. Fastball chopped to third. Across the diamond it goes, and the second out of the inning. A nice play over there by Frazier, and a quick 2 outs here in the fourth.
I like the room service hop that time by Frazier, grabbing it, picking it, and throwing it. And a really, really good pace and tempo for Connolly out on the mound right now.
Now Connolly so far is really settling him
Settled
down
the game
right now.
down. Yes, he has. Yes, it's a great point.
And gives East Lyme a chance to try to get back in this thing. He'll face the catcher, Ben Jerome. Curveball, strike 1. Now Jerome has walked and singled, and he's stolen 2 bases. And that's the key so far. He's been on base twice so far.
Yeah, scored the only run of the game. On the walk.
The 0-1 pitch. Breaking ball in for strike 2. Connolly has real good control of that breaking ball.
A little snap on that breaking ball, Casey. Locating his fastball pretty good. Sawing off hitters. That's what you want to see for this kid coming in cold. And, from the third inning.
The pitch.
There's a little 58-foot breaking ball right there.
Hey, it was the little change up, took a little something off it. I'll tell you what, they got pitching coming back next year. Levesque's back next year. He's the ace. They've got Allard coming back next year. Connolly coming back. East Lyme's got some arms on the shelf as well. It's going to be another great year next year. There's a line drive, right field, carrying, and it's over the head of the right fielder, Robbins. Rounding second or pulling into second is Jerome with a 2-out double. The wind is blowing in, and Jerome sliced it through the wind and got it over the head of Robbins, who we said.
Robbins took 2 steps in, misplayed the ball, then had to get on his horse and get back. But Jerome is third time on base this game. 2 walks and a double. 2-out double. Let's see if Pizzella can knock him in.
And, we said that the right fielder was playing shallow. Well, he got burned that time with 2 outs.
Well, I think the initial step in is what really hurt him.
Pitch to Pizzella. Fouled straight back, rattles the cage, 0-1.
Listen, the Lancers have had runners in scoring position in every single inning of this game.
Yeah, it's 1-0. It's a little surprising. Breaking ball, fouled to the right, 0-2 on Pizzella.
Good pitch right there. Good, sharp breaking ball. Now Connolly can deal with whatever he wants to throw right here. At the whole arsenal at his disposal.
I would be shocked if you saw anything but a breaking ball right here. I mean, kid's got a good breaking ball. Make him hit it. 0-2 pitch. High fastball.
Oh, there you go.
Which means
breaking,
I got 100% right now.
All right.
This is a minus 250.
That's the brush back pitch will get you off the plate and throw the hook.
Eye level changer. 1-2 pitch. Hard breaking ball blocked nicely by Toback. Now, that was a little different than the big soft breaking ball.
Yeah, he squeezed that curveball right there a little too long.
Tried to throw it a little tighter. The count evens at 2 on Pizzella. Jerome leads off of second base. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball fouled at the plate. Count remains 2-2 on Sonny Pizzella.
Sonny Pizzella 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Looking to push that 2-out scoring position runner across.
2-2 pitch. Hit well, right center field gap. Leonard on the horse, still going, and he makes a diving catch in the right center field gap. Luke Leonard went a long way to get it, saves a run, and it stays 1-0 Waterford. Nice play on the run by the center fielder, Leonard.
Oh, that ball was tracking and tailing away from him the whole time, and we saw him almost going to the fence on a pop-up from the pitcher's mound, Casey. That time he got on his horse and laid out. Luke Leonard.
Waterford comes up with a base hit.
Now that ball was hooking. I actually think Robbins probably has a better chance at it. It's hooking back, slicing rather, back towards him. And Leonard went a long way to make that play.
Good launch angle on that hit, says Mike tomorrow. But not very good exit velocity. Case?
You know, when the two of you mock things like that,
No,
you both sound moronic.
I was no. I was just telling you what he was reporting.
Yes, but he's saying it with tongue in cheek because Mike, despite his large intelligence and his casual, dapper demeanor, somehow finds it kitschy cool to poo-poo advanced metrics. He thinks it makes him one of the guys, everybody. And right now, I'm channeling the great Jim O'Neill. And the more I talk, the more I sound like my father right now.
I am laughing up here. Yeah, the country music over the PA, and life is good if you're Casey O'Neill.
You know, that must have been what got me saucy right there, the little country song playing.
Florida-Georgia line, big fan?
I'm more of a fan of the North Dakota-South Dakota line.
All right, I'll stay with the Florida-Georgia line. Zach Brown, come on.
I'm more favorite Hubie Brown.
Hubie Brown.
I like the Hubie Brown band. Have you ever seen that
Charlie
one?
Brown.
Charlie Brown.
Well, listen,
man.
here we go. Bottom of the fourth inning. And it seems like Waterford is up 7-0 right now, and it's only 1-0.
It is.
And they've had a truckload of base runners, and they cannot convert with 2 outs.
Now, Conley's kept them in the game. Leonard saves a run, and now they got the middle of the order, Levesque, to face Sutman, and Levesque goes after the first pitch, and Sutman. Now, Levesque's a good hitter, and he can turn on a good fastball. He's been behind multiple times on Sutman's fastball, and he's down 0-1. Hooked, line drive, right field corner. That's trouble. It bounces in front of the fence. Levesque heading to second. He's on his horse, and he'll pull in there with a leadoff double. Sutman went to the off-speed pitch, got it down and in into the wheelhouse of Levesque, and he turned on it and drilled it into right field for a double.
Yeah, second time through in the lineup for Levesque, Casey. A good piece of hitting right there, pulled it down the line, and legged out a double. I think he was thinking of 3 at some point, and Jack Biggs held him up.
That's going to bring up the cleanup hitter, Owen Robbins, the right fielder. He grounded out to second in his first at-bat.
Owen Robbins.
There's back-to-back innings where East Lyme has had the leadoff hitter on base. Let's see if they can do something with it.
Now, if he bunts with his four hitter, I'm gonna have to bite my tongue.
Stop.
I'm gonna bite my tongue. Squares and bunts. Sutman fields it, throws over to first for the out.
You love that play, a little sack, 1-3 on the call, and there's another out given away. But you've got a runner on third with less than 2 outs.
I'm just curious why he's batting cleanup. My fifth hitter's now up, Tommy Mason. The left fielder struck out in his first at bat. I like Levesque a lot. He has a beautiful swing, and he jumped on that pitch. Got him started here. So Sutman with a runner on third. First runner there for East Lyme. Fastball on the outside part of the plate. Nice pitch there to start off Mason. It's 0-1.
Mason, a strikeout victim his first time around. Like I said, swings a big stick. Let's see if he can make something happen here. Infield in with 1 out. You like
Ball
the infield in with 1 out?
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Even though you have the lead in the bottom of the fourth, I'm okay with that. I think runs are at a premium right now. It's a dangerous play because the ball can drop in over your head, but I'm okay with it. Fastball away, 2-1.
Wind is all but died down, Casey. Flag in center field is
2-1 pitch, chopped up the middle, and there's the danger of the drawn-in infield as it sneaks through, and we are tied in at 1. Tommy Mason with a single up the middle.
a good piece of hitting there by Tommy Mason. A little bounding ball up the middle past Peyton Sutman. He said the leadoff double, the sacrifice bunt, and then manufacturing run, a little small ball, a little big ball there, and then the game is tied up. Surprise, surprise.
That ball would have gotten through had there.
Yeah, that was going to go through, yeah.
I think that gets through even without the drawn-in infield.
Sure.
Mason leads off the first, and designated hitter Jake Shulkley steps in. He was a recipient of one of the many Luke Leonard walks as well in his first at-bat. Game's tied at 1. 1-0 count, runner on first. Shulkley with a chance here to help East Lyme out. Mason leads. Shulkley fists it hard down the left field line. He was behind that one, but dangerous because they're playing him to pull. Bakken's way off the line. That's a danger zone spot right there.
That is a double waiting to happen if he slips from past the third baseman in the bag.
Count even at 1. Mason Big lead off of first base. Sutman's got him, and he picks him off of first. Mason took the chance with a big lead. Sutman gave him his best pickoff move, and he got him. Just like that, there are 2 outs here. And the big inning has gone awry. It's 1-1 on Shulkley with 2 outs. Fastball high, Sutman with good life, but this is that wild around the strike zone that we were talking about. He goes through spurts where he's a little bit not as sharp. 2-1 on Shulkley. High, pop up, twisting, and out of play. It evens the count at 2-2.
Shulkley turned on one that time, Case. Just a little bit out in front of it. He's a big kid. If he can get one in his wheelhouse, he can shoot one in the gap. That pickoff was huge, though.
2-2 pitch. Fastball outside. Brings the count full, 3-2. What a surprise. It's a 1-1 game. Full count pitch. Fastball is poked into left field. Podesta comes running in, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. So 1 run, 2 hits. No one left after the pickoff, and as we head to the 5th inning, we're through 4. 1-1 here in the ECC Championship game.
This is time of the game where we thank our sign sponsors out in left field, Domino's.
So they had some pitchers warming up down the left field line for East Lyme. So Robbins is going to come back out. Conley rather is going to come back out and throw. But I don't know how many pitches Conley has in him tonight. I don't know. He's just a bridge guy. He's given Coach Biggs everything he could have wanted.
21 pitches thus far in the game.
Family Dental and FPC.
It's like Biggs is making a move down there.
Financial is a sign up right field.
He's talking right now.
Need some assistance. So those are our sponsors. We thank them. If you happen to frequent them, let them know that you heard about their signs.
A beautiful night here at Fitch High School. Look at that. Picturesque, Casey.
You got Alec Elmer out at first base. It looks like Levesque's going to right field. So that means that the right fielder, Robbins,
a little Zach Brown man for you,
might be out of the game. So we're going to take a look. So you got Alec Elmer. Al is now over at first base. Levesque goes to right field. And the right fielder was Owen Robbins, your cleanup hitter. And we'll see if he is out of the game. That would mean Elmer would be in his spot. We'll wait to see if that is the official change.
A couple of changes for the East Lyme back. Playing first base number 19, Alec Elmer, and moving from first base to right field, Tristan Levesque.
Levesque went to right field.
So Levesque's in right, Elmer's at first base, and Elmer will be in Robbins' spot, batting fourth. Connolly will be back on the mound.
Messy scorecard up here.
Oh, mine's a mess. And leading off for Waterford will be the first baseman, Caden Maynard. He walked and flew out to right field.
The first baseman, number 10.
See if he can get something started here in the 5th of a 1-1 game in the ECC Championship game. East Lyme and Waterford. The pitch. Fastball high, ball 1. So you're doing it in pen like me, so there's no room for error.
Not much.
No. 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball dropped in for a strike. It's a lot of confidence to throw a 1-0 breaking ball to the leadoff hitter. Tells you how much confidence in your breaking ball you have.
Yeah, he's pitched well since he's come in the game. Very well.
Breaking ball, line drive. Eats up Malcolm, keeps it in front of him. Strong throw. Beautiful play by the shortstop, Chris Malcolm.
Well, they can talk about the shortstop play with Burrows and Malcolm, and we've seen this all game long. Little room service hop kind of ate up Malcolm, stuck with it, made the throw, plenty of time, relaxed, and proceed to first base.
Yeah, I ate him up, but nice job keeping it in front of him.
They keep it in front of you. Use your body, keep it in front of you, scoop it up. 6-3.
I'll bring up the shortstop, Jared Burrows. He gets into one, fly ball, deep right center field. Leonard on the run, him and Levesque, and cutting in front of Levesque is Leonard to make the catch. Burrows gave it a ride. And Leonard went a long way, and he and Levesque
Luke Leonard with the
dangerously almost ran into each other, but they made the catch
With
for
help
2 quick outs.
from
And that'll
Christian
bring up the
Levesque.
right fielder, Luke Sokolsky. The Waterford's had a little action as well. They had some people warming
Right
up
field
down the
number
right field
5,
line,
Luke
so
Sokolsky.
we'll see how long they go with Sutman. These teams both gearing up for a state championship run,
Yeah.
so they're not going to go too long with anybody here in the ECC championship.
Hey, Luke Leonard can cover some ground down in center field.
Fastball high, but right by Sokolsky for strike 1. Sokolsky had a sacrifice in his first at bat in the second inning, and he walked in the third. Breaking ball high, evens the count 1-1. Conley delivers the 1-1. Fouled straight back. Sokolsky had a good swing at that one.
Oh, we almost hit our camera back there. Boy,
That rattled the cage.
wake up, Peter Wappy.
I'm not even gonna say
No,
anything
don't want
about.
to say nothing about that.
Oh man, that is not fun. Not
No.
funny. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball fouled out of play. Sokolsky hangs tough.
Good baseball game here. Good, tight baseball game. A lot of missed opportunities by the Waterford Lancers.
Good crowd too. Bleachers full. The outfield littered with people. Love seeing that. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball grounded up the middle. Malcolm ranges and it takes a bad hop. Hopped up over the top of him for a single, and Sokolsky will be on first base with a 2-out hit.
Second time on base tonight for Sokolsky. Walked back in the third inning, Casey. He is officially a 1-for-1 with a walk and a sacrifice.
Left
That'll
fielder,
bring up a left fielder,
Number
Connor
14,
Podesta. He's walked
Connor
twice in this
Podesta.
game, including getting the RBI with a walk that brought in the only Lancer run. A little walk ribby on when Jerome scored. Sokolsky leads off first. The pitch, here he goes. Throw down to second, on the money. Beautiful throw by Toback, and Sokolsky, no chance. He is caught stealing, and that will end the top of the 5th for Waterford. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left, and as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning, 1-1 in the ECC championship game.
no runs, no one left on base. We're tied after 4 innings.
Summertime coming. Following Major League Baseball at all? Keep an eye on your wins pool league and following your Red Sox and your under bet.
I am, and I'm still on the Red Sox under. Still
Yeah.
thinking they're an under. And there's anything wrong with that. Lights are on except for that one. That light right there is not on. The rest of the lights are on.
of the lights are on, yeah.
With the natural light setting behind a nice crowd here at Fitch High School. Bleachers full of people. The outfield, the grass out in left center field is full of people, and people lined up all the way from right center field all the way across to left center field. We got a crowd down the right field line. It's beautiful, beautiful night here at Fitch High School, and they're everywhere. Enjoying the vibe. So leading off in the bottom of the 5th inning for East Line will be the pitcher Nolan Connolly. He started the game at third base. He has come over to pitch, and in his first at bat, he hit a little nubber right out in front of the plate. Sutman made a nice play to throw him out to end the 2nd inning.
Very workmanlike first 4 innings for Peyton Sutton. 57 pitches. Pretty tighty thus far on the mound.
Yeah, that's complete game stuff right
Yeah.
there. Well, this is the big inning, bottom of the order here. 7, 8, 9. Can they get something as they get to they want to get to Malcolm at the top of the order. And this is the danger zone inning for Sutman. You want to go and eat up the bottom of the order. You want to go 1, 2, 3 here.
Yeah, you don't want to get Malcolm and Leonard with a couple guys on base. Good pitch.
Fastball on the outside part of the plate evens the count up at 1-1.
Nice fastball right there, outside part. Painting the black a little bit.
Fouled out of play to the right.
A late swing that time, Casey. He talked about with nobody on base how quickly Peyton Sutton works. He gets the ball, he wants to get it and go.
And I still think that pickoff of Mason kind of re-energized him. because East Lyme had a little something going, tied the game up, a couple of hits, and that really took the steam out of them. There's a line drive left field, but right in his tracks is Podesta. Doesn't have to move, and Connolly lines out, and that'll bring up Frazier. He came in and replaced Joey Grubb at third. He's the third baseman.
Pitch on the inside part of the plate that time. Connolly couldn't extend his hands, couldn't get fully through it. Peyton Sutton dealing.
Frazier walked in his first at bat. First pitch strike from Sutton. Breaking ball hits him right in the backside. That one got away from him. He didn't get on top of it. Got his hand slid on the side, and he hits Frazier. And that's going to bring up the number 9 hitter, second baseman Drew Mengi. He was a strikeout victim on a just filthy fastball by Sutton in his first at bat.
There's a big hitter right here for Peyton Sutton. Don't want to get to the top of the order with 2 guys on and 1 out.
From the stretch. Fastball line, sinking, fair ball, kicks hard to right. It'll be a single for Mengi, but going to third, more importantly, is Frazier. He didn't hit it hard, but he placed it perfectly out in front of Sokulski, and the Vikings have something going. First and third, 1 out, and Malcolm, the top of the order, coming up.
Don't sleep on Drew Mengi. A little slap hitting down the right field line, and Frazier was lumbering from second to third. He's not fleet of foot, but he read that play perfectly. And now the Vikings, they got something cooking.
Down to third goes Frazier.
Yes, right. Top of the lineup here for Jack Biggs and the East Lyme Vikings.
Let's see if they run. Fastball, a breaking ball rather, slider, badly fooled Malcolm. That's the pitch that badly fooled him in his previous at-bat for the strikeout. I would not be surprised if you see a steady diet of breaking balls here, which puts the pressure on catcher Ben Jerome. He did a great job there smothering that one.
Like a lazy swing.
Takes a lot of confidence to throw that pitch. Got to trust your catcher. Another breaking ball in the dirt, and Jerome gets that one. I can't tell you as a pitcher how much confidence you need to have in your catcher with a runner on third and 1 out.
Throw that ball in the dirt or just let him go get it.
You got to trust him because that's not a soft breaking ball like Connolly throws.
Yeah.
Sutton throws a hard slider, and that can really eat up a catcher. Leading off of first is Mengi. Frazier off of third. The 1-1 pitch to Malcolm. Fastball high, 2-1. And despite what felt like 100 base runners, here we are in the bottom of the 5th inning. East Lyme poised to take the lead.
Timely hitting. Let's see if they can capitalize right here.
Big pitch. Let's see if they send Mengi. 2-1 to Malcolm. Sutton thought so.
Mengi's got a huge lead over there at first base. He's 4 or 5 steps off that bag.
I think if he goes, I don't think Waterford throws through. They'll do a cut play. I really don't think
this is the count where he runs too. Is it not 2-1?
Yeah. Yes. There he goes. The pitch. Taken for a strike and no throw. As I suspected, they weren't going to mess around with that. And now you're going to have to bring the infield in here. Second and third. Infield comes in. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter, Malcolm, in a 1-1 game. Key pitch of the game coming from Sutton. Waterford getting the bullpen going. The pitch. Fastball fouled straight back. Malcolm had a good swing at that one.
Good pitch, good hack that time by Malcolm. He was looking to jump on something, launch it. He was looking to launch it with a little launch angle.
Looks like a lefty down in the bullpen for Waterford with the lefty Leonard on deck. 2-2 pitch. Hard breaking ball, and it's a nubber out in front, and it's no fair ball.
Oh, the second base umpire called it foul? How is that a foul ball?
We're going to have to figure out what happened here. And Coach Peloso's coming out. It was a check swing by Malcolm. The ball goes into no man's land, but Waterford doesn't go after it because they thought it was called foul.
What, did they hit the plate? Did the ball hit the plate? Is that what the home plate umpire is saying?
We're going to have to see what they get going here.
I don't know what just happened.
And where's Malcolm? Where's the runner?
No, Malcolm's still got the bat at the plate.
So they're calling out a foul ball?
Well, there should be a runner on or second and third.
That's correct.
But the runner from third is already in the home plate, and the runner from second has moved to third. But the batter's still up. Who's on first? I don't know.
Unless they called a balk.
I think he did. I think he called the balk.
That was, by the way, the junior voice of Game Day who said
Call the balk.
Call the balk. So if that's the call,
well, then the runner's advance and the run scores.
that makes sense. Count stays 2-2, second and third, and that's what it's gonna. That's crazy, but that's what it's gonna be. And if that's the case, then it's going to be 2-1 East Lyme. Let's wait and see.
Hardy wants to talk to the home plate umpire about that one. That Kevin Moreland over there, third base, called the balk. Yeah, no pitch. It is a balk.
All right, so that means Frazier
The runner on
scores.
third scored on a pitcher's ball.
And over to third goes Mengi. 2-1 East Lyme here
Wow.
in the bottom of the fifth on a balk.
I did not see the umpire call that balk. I did not hear it, did not see it.
Good eye. Here's the pitch. Fastball high, full count.
On a 97-mile-an-hour steamer that time, or a little frustration pitch that time by Peyton Sutman.
Well, here's the thing. They would have scored the run anyway. The run was gonna score even on the check swing, but that whole thing was a weird play. Full count pitch. Fastball inside part of the plate, and
Dude,
that
had
hair.
some movement on that pitch.
And Malcolm is a
Man.
strikeout victim. He froze him right there. Beautiful pitch by Peyton Sutman, and there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Leonard comes to the plate.
Leonard.
He has popped up to third and flown out to left, but wow, that was
a
gas.
Angry pitch right there by Peyton Sutton.
Yeah, that was a frustration fastball, and he threw it hard. Leonard pops it straight back and out of play. Sutman's got a little extra life on his fastball here in the bottom of the fifth. How'd the ECC championship game get won? On a balk?
Yeah.
Nah, can't have that. Someone's got to score. We got to have something else happen here. 0-1 pitch to Leonard. Outside, evens the count at 1. But Frazier, who got hit by the pitch, went to third on the single by Mengi, comes in to score on a balk. What an eventful trip around the bases for him. Hit by pitch, first to third, and a balk. Leonard slaps at it out of play to the left. That was behind in the count 1-2.
Got to be careful here. Got to rely on your catcher right now if you're Waterford 2 on the pass ball.
1-2 pitch. Leonard stays back, and a beautiful play by Sutman. He went up and got it, and he throws out Leonard. That ball was headed for center field. If you're going to make that play, you got to be 6'5", and Peyton Sutman is.
6'5" and athletic, climbing the ladder. And again, Waterford there. Casey, you see them all gathered up. Leonard robbed of an RBI, but Art Pelusa talking to his troops over there in the corner. And Peyton Sutman got angry after that balk and threw hard and made a big-time play.
He did, and he made a great play right there. Like you said, 6'5" and athletic, as he reached back and stabbed that chopper up the middle by Leonard. And we're going to the 6th inning. Conley stays on the mound for East Lyme, and Podesta will lead off for Waterford. He was at the dish when Sokolsky was thrown out trying to steal to end the top of the 5th inning. But, I mean, I'm not even sure what the word is. Improbably, shockingly, East Lyme is ahead in this game. And
Waterford's had runners all over the base pass all game long. They can't get a 2-out hit with runners in scoring position. I mean, East Lyme pitchers have walked 8 batters in the first 5 innings. It's just giving them chance after chance after chance. You see Art Pelusa pleading his case down there at the home plate umpire. Still looking for a reasoning on the balk, but I'm shocked that East Lyme is winning this game.
Yeah, the MVP of this game right now is the kid on the mound right now, Nolan Connolly. He came into this thing, down 1-0. Luke Leonard had loaded the bases, was ineffective, and he has really, really settled things down. Has Conley, since he's come in, there has been nothing doing for Waterford. And now they got their 8-9 and back to the top of the order. And Conley trying to continue to deal here for the Vikings. And the top of the 6th inning in the ECC Championship game as the sun sets over Fitch High School.
Connolly's thrown 30 pitches since he's come into the ball game in 2 1/3 innings. And like I said, he is giving this team a little bit of life. Settled things down for Jack Biggs, has he not?
Hitting long, left fielder, number 14, Connor Podesta.
So Podesta steps in. He has walked twice. And like I said, he was at the dish when Sokolsky was thrown out trying to steal in the top of the 5th. And he'll see if he can get something going here against Nolan Connolly. Fastball skied high on the infield. The catcher, Toback, takes it away. Nice job by the catcher. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Toback. The tools of ignorance back there behind the plate.
That's a
big time play.
That's a tough play for the catcher. I like that Conley, who's a third baseman, he wanted to take it away. We tell anytime an infielder can take a ball away from the catcher, it's always good. But Toback was supremely confident, and that ball came right back into him. That was nicely done.
What do we got?
Headlights. There's a car in center field.
Beyond the flagpole, please turn off the lights. Light vehicle, thank you.
There's a car out in straightaway center field that has its lights on.
Is that your car? That's not your car.
No, my car does not have the lights on. And so I like it. An old school solution. Those people are problem solvers out in center field.
Stand in front of the lights.
Stand in front of the lights. Good job, man.
Nice job.
Problem solvers. I would have taken 2 hours yelling at the person in the car. Breaking ball. Tapped foul down the third base line. And 2 strikes on Podesta. Excuse me.
Tanucci.
0-2 on Tanucci. One strike. No balls, 1 strike on Anthony Tanucci. Breaking ball. High chopper up the middle. Charging hard is Malcolm. Fields throws, and he got him.
What a big-time play by Malcolm, ranging over to his left, the scoop and the throw, flashing the leather and everything. Talking about the shortstop play, Casey, there it is on full display.
Yeah, if you're gonna, and you're right, if you're gonna get the lead improbably like East Lyme does, you got to play defense. Conley, if you're gonna put the ball in play against Conley, and you got to play defense, and Malcolm did right there. Back to the top of the order. Ball 1. Ball 1 on the leadoff hitter, Ryan Bakken. He has struck out, walked, and grounded to shortstop. 0 for 2 on the day. A 1-0 pitch. High pitch. Ball 2.
Good pitch that time by Conley. Command of his pitches, working the zone, not getting behind in the count.
2 balls, 1 strike as he pours that one in. 2-1. We got action in the East Lyme bullpen. That's high, ball 3, 3-1 on
Good
Bakken.
breaking ball right there.
If he can get on base, Sutman will have an opportunity to help his own cause. Three-one pitch. Line down the right field line, foul. Count is full on Ryan Bakken. Full count pitch. And a high fastball, strike 3. Beautiful job by Conley, fans Bakken. And we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. It remains 2-1 East Lyme.
8 pitches in the inning that time, Casey, by Conley. 38 pitches total. And you talk about, like you said, the MVP of the game, who's kind of come in and settled things down a little bit. Right now, it's got to be Conley. He's come in and taken over for Luke Leonard quite well. And then in a part in the game in the 3rd inning where it could have got away from Jack Biggs. You know, all those walks, 7 walks, all those base runners, no 2-out hitting. And Conley came in and really did a nice job. Little sun going down, a little Paradise City being played over the loudspeaker here at Fitch High School. Take me down to the Paradise City. Look, are you okay with Guns N' Roses? Better than
Yes.
Florida-Georgia line?
I told you I like the North Dakota-South Dakota line.
All right. Hayden Sutton back out for the 6th inning.
You know, Waterford scored its run on a walk.
Yeah.
East Lyme has scored its run on a balk.
Yeah.
So we've had some interesting. The only run that scored in a traditional way was the base hit by Mason, and then he proceeded to get picked off first. So, as always, when Waterford and East Lyme play each other, it's got to be just a little bit wacky.
A little bit different, yeah.
You know, can't be straight away. The crowd, they're barbecuing out there in left field. Important for Sutton to hold them here. You want to, as you go to the top of the 7th, you want to give your team a chance. They're going to have the 2, 3, 4 hitters, Waterford is, so you got to give them a chance. They only have to try to score 1 run. You don't want to give up that cheapie here, because now you're facing the 3, 4, 5 hitters and the very dangerous Tristan Levesque leading off. Now, he doubled and scored the first East Lyme run when he tattooed a breaking ball down the right field line for a double. Sutton delivers. Fastball outside, ball 1. Fastball hit high in the air on the left side of the infield. Bakken ranging over towards the dugout, but he will run out of room and leave the count at 1.
Levesque, good pitcher for this team, too.
Yeah, Levesque's he's a great player. Only a junior. Has really come into his own this year on the mound. Father Brian, very proud. Kid works hard all year long. And the 1-1 pitch. Fastball outside, ball 2. East Lyme is sensing it. They want to tack some more on. 2-1 pitch. Fastball spun out of play to the left. Evens the count at 2.
We saw some action in there in the Waterford bullpen earlier, Casey. That has died down right now. Is Sutton in good position to go to distance here?
Well,
I think so.
I don't think there's anything this inning. Popped high again down the third base line, and Bakken runs out of room.
Pitch count is very manageable. A tidy ball game.
Two and 2 on Tristan Levesque. Sutton delivers. Off-speed pitch down, and the count is full. East Lyme's got some action going on in their bullpen. We might see a closer here to finish this thing out. 3-2 pitch on Levesque. Fouled in the box. That's off his foot.
Fighting that pitch off.
And we'll do it again. That's a good at bat right there by Levesque. Kid's got a pretty swing. A classic left-handed swing. Drop the barrel head down on pitches down. Full count pitch. Fastball. Stroked into the gap. Levesque is going to go gap shopping again. Splits him. He's on his way to second. He wants a triple. And he is going to come into third. Here's the throw, and he's in there. A leadoff triple for Tristan Levesque to lead off the bottom of the 6th inning. That ball was tattooed.
Back-to-back extra base hits for Levesque. And Casey, right in his wheelhouse, hit it into the gap all the way to the fence, and he's got some wheels.
Let's see what they do with Alec Elmer, who's going to have his first at bat. It would not shock me for them to squeeze here. They need this extra. They're going to try anything they can to tack on that extra run. But what a great job by Levesque. He fouled off that tough pitch in the box, off his foot, and then took a fastball and just split the gap in right center field. And then the kid got on his horse. You thought about it in his last time. He wanted 3. That time, right out of the box, he knew that was a triple. Peloso goes out to the mound.
Talking over to Elmer.
Yeah, the larger conference is the one going on the mound right now, because this is where they got to figure out what they're going to do. Clearly, the infield's going to be brought in here with nobody out, and Elmer's a definite candidate for a squeeze. He's hitting for who was the clean. He's in the cleanup spot But Tommy Mason, who's on deck, he drove in the first run with a single in his at-bat. So
you're hitting for Robbins in the cleanup spot, yeah.
So it's kind of like if I'm Jack Biggs, a squeeze makes sense, but I don't know if I want to risk the out.
You want to risk the out at home plate.
Right. I'd rather, even if Elmer can't bring him in, I trust Mason. Then they might walk Mason. I mean, it's a cat and mouse game right now. We'll find out. Looking squeeze, and
Squeeze was
fouled back. I mean, I think everybody saw that coming, but you still got to execute it. As a pitcher,
one more time.
There's a couple different ways of doing it. You can go high fastball,
right,
which he probably can only foul off,
or curveball,
or you go breaking ball. But the breaking ball, the problem with that is
gets
you
away,
risk,
and you got to run it.
You got to handle it, and it's softer. Which
you
means
going back with the squeeze right here?
Easier to bunt. I am. He lets him hit, and a great job by Jerome burying it.
I think it's back on. I think he's going to run the squeeze again.
1-1 on Alec Elmer.
That's a big run over there at third base in the back.
Sure is. We said that's the key run right there, to not let that cross. And Sutton expecting the squeeze, I think, rushing a little bit. Now he's down in the count, 2-1. And the 2-1 pitch from Sutton. Fastball missed outside, 3-1. Mason, who got picked off after his single, you know he wants another shot. Levesque leads off third. 3-1 pitch. Ball down. Elmer's a big, tall kid, and that pitch was down.
From the first pitch in that sequence, the squeeze, like you said, after that pitch, Casey was Sutton rattled a little bit up there on the mound?
Yeah, I think he was rushing. I think he was rushing to the plate from there, thinking that might be coming.
Left fielder number 8.
Now Mason here, he's got an RBI.
Tom Mason.
Single.
Now Mason struck out and singled, drove in the run. First and third, nobody out. They're going to play the infield in. You're going to see Elmer steal second here because they're not going to throw down. The question becomes, do they run Elmer, and then if they don't, do they walk Mason to load the bases? Now, they're going to walk Mason proactively now.
Right.
They're not even messing with Mason.
Yep.
Now they're going to load the bases for the force play. That makes a lot of sense because they knew Waterford was going to run. They knew East Line was going to run Elmer, and they were going to walk Mason anyway. So they said, let's walk him now and not even give him a chance.
Out of Mason's hand, too. He can hurt you.
That's right. Now you got Shelkley here, and the key guy for Waterford is Maynard at first base because Shelkley's a dead pull hitter. Fastball fouled straight back.
That was almost in my kitchen right there. That was right back at me.
That's a good cut right there.
Right in my kitchen, right here. You see the quick hands on the sports doctor almost grabbed that ball?
You see the more confident swings now, though,
yeah,
that East Line is taking. 0-1 pitch. Down. Evens the count, 1-1. Kids are always coming up with the sayings. East Line said, quality cornea. You know what that means? Good eye. 1-1 pitch. Fastball high. And Waterford has nobody up in the pen either, by the way. So right now, this appears to be Sutton's mess to get out of. 2-1 on designated hitter Jake Shelkley. Sutton, fastball, line shallow left field. Podesta has it sized up. Way too shallow for Levesque to do anything. And there's your first out. Big pitch by Sutton to get Shelkley. And now, third baseman, pitcher,
Connolly.
Nolan Connolly, 0 for 2, but
Pitcher,
what a
3.
spot here. You can be the winning pitcher in this game.
Yes,
break it open right here.
Here we go, son. Help yourself. And he will be swinging at the first pitch, is what I'll say right here.
Squeeze. Misses it.
Oh, boy. Trouble.
They've got Levesque off a third. Can he get back? No, and he does. He gets back in time.
Wow. Levesque in no man's land off the missed squeeze that time, Casey. Jack Biggs talking to him over there at third base.
And I think that's a good call. The rotation over by Bakken. Bakken's playing off the line. He just couldn't get there in time. But the pitch was a strike. So Conley's there, down 0-1. Sutton from the stretch. The pitch. Fastball outside. I think Sutton clearly gets amped when he thinks there's some action down there.
Yeah. He gears up. He walked the batter after the first suicide squeeze attempt, and now he's struggling here a bit in his strike zone.
1-1 pitch. Bases loaded. Breaking ball in the dirt. Gets away from Jerome, and there's Levesque's going to score.
Oh, there you go. The danger of the breaking ball with a runner at third base, you've really got to trust your catcher, and that one got away from Jerome a little bit, Casey. It's 3-1 right now, East Lyme. Go figure.
Unbelievable. Nothing that could be done that time. Jerome did everything he could. That hard slider is very, very difficult. Second and third, infield remains in. Ball 3 on Conley. Frazier waits on deck.
If you're Conley right here, you're taking all away. Jack Biggs giving that right in your basket signal.
I think he probably has the green light here. Infield in, 3-1 pitch. I think so. Pitch. Oh, that's a good fastball on the inside part of the plate.
Tight. Right on the black that time by Peyton Sutton.
Full count. 3-1, second and third, bottom 6. Everything in motion right now. Lots going on. Full count pitch from Sutton to Conley. And he sawed him off. Fight it off.
Barely got a piece of that one. Straight back.
I give Sutton credit. He does not back away with runners in scoring position. He goes right in on the hands. Full count. The pitch. And he puts a fastball right by Conley. And that had a little giddy up on it as well for the second out of the inning.
High heat right there, my friend. High heat.
That was your old-fashioned challenge fastball. Here's my best. Go ahead and hit it. And that was by Conley. Now Alex Frazier gets in. He walked and he was hit by a pitch. He's been on base twice. He takes it high, and he scored the go-ahead run. The winning run right now, if it becomes that, belongs to Alex Frazier. He went first to third on a single by Mengi and then came around to score on that phantom balk call that we can't wait to see on replay because we didn't see it, but by all indications, it was there. Fouled out of play, 1-1.
Sutton is really bearing down right now with that fastball, too. He was bringing the heat.
We have our umpiring expert in the box. The Sarge will let us know what happened. He says there was a balk with a break of the hands. Double set. 1-1 pitch. High, ball 2.
East Lyme had Tristan Smith, right-handed pitcher in the bullpen warming up.
So we're gonna get, did he never set? He never set. So what happened was Sutton never came set. He went all the way through and kind of quick pitched, and there was the balk. Line off the thigh of Sutton, and that's in no man's land. That's a base hit, and Sutton is down. That ball was tattooed by Frazier right off the left leg, and after his brother last year broke his hand in this game, the Sutton family probably does not like to see Peyton down on one knee. It has been a disaster championship game for the Sutton family, and I think he's okay, but that was a bullet by Frazier and a 4-1 Viking lead. Elmer comes in to score. Mason moves over to third, and Frazier, who comes into the game.
He's been helping himself out quite well. Been on base every time.
On base three times. Scored a run, and now it drives in a run, and that ball was pasted right back up the middle off of Peyton Sutton. And I'd be surprised if he stayed in this game. This is a first and third, 2 outs. Off an injury, if he comes out of the game, they can have unlimited warm-up pitches. So I would not be surprised. I don't think he's going to stay in the game. I'd be shocked. Yeah, and right on cue, out of the dugout comes Danny Driscoll, sophomore left-hander, and he will take Sutton out. Great effort by Sutton. Got away from him a little bit here. 2 runs in the 6th.
Shocking that East Lyme is up 4-1 after the first 2 or 3 innings of this game where Luke Leonard threw 70 pitches and walked 7 batters, and Waterford couldn't push a run across. And now East Lyme in a driver's seat to win a second consecutive ECC championship.
And Landon's going to go into the outfield, it looks like, for Waterford. So they're going to send.
Sutton is going to.
Sutton will go to center field.
Sutton will go to center, and they'll take. That means that Pizzello will come out of the game.
Get your scorecard working on that one. It's a good thing it's in the 6th inning. can't erase your pen marks. You could if you had that whiteout, but you didn't bring that tonight.
Well, part of the reason is if Sutman comes out of the game, he's due to lead off.
Yeah,
in
want
the
his bat in
and they want him to get that at bat.
No.
So he's going to head out to center field. And you talk about the endless slew of arms. All they're doing is bringing in a sophomore who's throwing cheese from the left-hand side. And, just keep him cycling through.
Right. Yeah.
With East Lyme, we got arm after arm after arm. Let's throw out
Waterford. Yeah.
Let's throw out some more arms.
Been a weird game.
Yeah, it really has. Now, it would make sense if Podesta was the one that came out of the game and Pizzello slid over to left, only because Pizzello's your cleanup hitter and he's due to come up in this inning. But if they moved Sutman to center, did they move Pizzello or did they leave Podesta in left? And if that's the case, that means that Driscoll is going technically in Pizzello's spot in the order, which would mean he's going to be up third in the inning, and they're going to end up having to pinch hit for him. I can't see who's in left field, if it's still Podesta or not.
Number 25, Drew. Thank you.
So that's going to bring up second base, Drew Mengi. Runners on the corners, 2 outs. Fastball just high. All right, so that is Pizzello that moved to left field. So Pizzello's in left field.
Sutman's in center.
Which means that's what I expected to happen. Podesta was out of the game, and so Driscoll goes into Podesta's spot, and he will not likely come up in the 7th. If he does, it's down the order. That way you're keeping Pizzello in the game. Fastball on the inside part of the plate to Mengi, count 1-2. One-two pitch, runners on the corners. Spoiled by Mengi on the outside fastball.
Boy, East Lyme really hung in there after those first 3 innings, and Connolly really bailed his team out.
Fastball down, evens the count at 2.
Isn't it amazing how a relief pitcher can come in during the 3rd inning and kind of quiet things down, and the team is, only down 1-0, and then they kind of manufacture a few runs themselves?
Breaking ball, chop to third, foul. Well, Waterford had been struggling to hit all year, and over the last 4 or 5 games, they have absolutely tattooed the baseball. They've scored runs unlike that all year long. They're averaging like 10 runs a game over the last 5, despite very, very difficult times scoring runs during the year. And I think just Conley coming in and changing their eye angle, coming breaking balls. Strike 3 as Driscoll comes in and strikes out Mengi. I think just giving them different looks is what really settled down. I think just Leonard was all over the place.
Yeah.
Just having a guy
you go
come in
from
and
lefty
pound
to
the
the
strikes
righty, yeah. And throw strikes he did. He pitched very well.
4-1.
So we're going to head to the top of the 7th inning. It's 4-1 East Lyme. Waterford will send up Sutman, Jerome, and Pizzello, and if somebody can get on, Caden Maynard. And Conley is going to stay in the game and try to close this thing out for the Vikings. Will enter Sandman.
You like that?
Mariano.
Oh,
Doesn't that mean Mariano's supposed to be coming in?
Where's Mariano, Mike? Yeah. Mariano Rivera, that's it.
He's poolside someplace. I would be.
Mike tomorrow. It's a little too chilly for him on the field right now. It's under 60 degrees. You ever notice how Mike doesn't like rain or cold weather? He's in the booth.
Who the heck likes rain or cold weather? There's somebody out there who says, oh man, I really wish it was raining right now. No one says that. When does anyone go, oh, I really wish it was freezing? No one likes cold or rain. That's what I've never heard it. I mean, that's like saying, you know what? Mike tomorrow in the booth. Mike doesn't like getting punched in the head or paper cuts.
No, he likes cold weather.
No one likes that.
Mike's been on the sidelines.
I like paper cuts and lemon juice. No one likes those things, Sportsmanship. 7th inning, Conley's going to try to close it out. 4-1 lead.
He's been the MVP so far for the Vikings. Would you agree? Conley?
Connolly and Levesque are the two biggest candidates right now. I think Connolly because he settled the game down, but Levesque got both of the runs started, the double and then the triple for those 2 runs. And more than that, they weren't really doing anything with Sutman.
Right.
Those were authoritative. Those were like game changer, emotion, momentum changers. That double and that triple. So if you name Conley, I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
But I think Levesque could certainly be considered the MVP of this game. That's saying that Waterford doesn't put something together here,
Sure.
which they certainly could. Ball inside on Peyton Sutman. He's 0 for 3 on the day. Fly out to right field, struck out, and grounded out to the third baseman. Action in the East Line bullpen. Conley with the 1-0 pitch. Poured in for a strike. Evens the count 1-1. Had to figure Sutman was probably taking a strike in this at bat. Nolan Connolly delivers. Breaking ball in the dirt, and you can see he's getting a little tired. The breaking ball not as sharp. He's bounced a few of them now rather than that big one. And we've got some action down in the pen. It's Tristan Smith, the senior right-hander. He's warming up down there. And action in the Waterford pen as well. If they can score some runs here, they're going to have someone ready. The pitch. Ball down. 3-1 on Sutman. And if Sutman can get on base, I'll be curious, does he go one more batter or does he go right to Smith? You'd like to give your relief pitcher a little wiggle room. 3-1 pitch. Ball outside, and Sutman draws a leadoff walk here in the 7th. Waterford is not going to go away quietly.
Jack Biggs will have a decision to make here in the next batter or two, though, wouldn't you think?
Catcher number 3.
Yeah, I don't want to bring in
a tying run up to the plate or anything like
not
that.
with Pizzello, Maynard, Burrows. I don't want to bring in a relief pitcher there, but Jerome's up to the bat. Jerome has walked and doubled.
Been on base all 3 times?
All 3 times. Doubled over Robbins' head in right field in his last at bat. The pitch. Breaking ball inside.
Struggling to find his zone right now.
I think
He's
this might be
getting a little tired, running out of gas a little bit.
And this might be Conley's last batter, regardless. I mean, it might just
he gets
be,
a man out. He's still coming out.
He might be, yeah. I mean, I think his stuff is clearly less sharp, little rounded. Sutman leads off the first. Fastball high, misses.
Good pitch. No, it's a good pitch.
2 balls, no strikes.
There's Jack Biggs.
Yeah,
pacing.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He's gut wrenching
right now. This 3-run lead does not feel much like a 3-run lead. I can promise you that. 2-0 pitch. There's a beautiful pitch. Strike. Fastball outside. 2-1.
He was taken all the way right there, Jerome.
2-1 pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt, ball 3, and he can't control the breaking ball right now, and that was the big pitch for him. So he was able to command that pitch, and right now he's just a little fatigued. Big pitch here.
You're taking right now if you're Jerome?
Yes.
3-1, you're going to take.
Yes. I need to get the tying run to the plate. My run doesn't mean anything. And to Conley's credit, he knew that, and he pours in a fastball, full count. But if you're Jerome, you know your run doesn't mean anything. So you need to be on. You need base runners if you're Waterford right now. You got to do that. Smith's coming in from the bullpen. I think he's ready. Conley eyes Sutman. 3-2 pitch. Fastball fouled out of play by Jerome on a good cut. Now, what more would you want in the finals of the ECC Baseball? A battle between the 2 of the league's best, Waterford and East Lyme, doing it again.
A big pitch right here for Conley.
3-2 pitch. Sutman leads off a first. Fastball high, and he walked him.
Keep an eye on Jack Biggs over there in the dugout for East Lyme Vikings.
That's got to be all for Conley. Smith is loose. You walk the first 2 hitters. I mean, what are we waiting on here?
Number 6, Sonny Pizzello.
Gonna stay in the game.
Cleanup hitter, Sonny Pizzello. He's in left field now, 0 for 2. He's walked, struck out, and lined out to center. And that pitch misses up high, ball 1.
Tying run at the plate.
It's called strike, 0-1.
Called strike.
0-1 pitch. Breaking ball. Oh, there it is.
What
That's
a good
one.
pitch. Oh, 12-6 curveball right there for you, Case.
Reached back and got a little more of that tight spin on it. Dropped it in there. 0-2 on Pizzello. Another breaking ball, fisted, and Elmer comes. Jimmy, and are they gonna double him off? No. What a dangerous play. Frazier came across, and I don't know what Sutman was thinking at second base, because that was clearly no chance to drop, and he almost got doubled off, and that would have been an unbelievable mistake. But instead, it's 1 out. Great pitch by Connolly. You know, if you're Pizzello, you're sitting there going, the kid walked the last 2 hitters, and he threw 3 perfect pitches to me.
Yeah.
And that was a fastball that ate him up. Maynard, the first baseman, steps in. Fastball outside, ball 1. I mean, think about it. He walks Sutman, he walks Jerome. You're Pizzello, you're the cleanup hitter. He goes fastball inside corner, drops the breaking ball in for strike 2, and then eats me up on an inside fastball. You're like, where'd that come from? 1-0 pitch. Fastball, strike 1, evens the count. So Sutman on first. Jerome on second. 1 out in the top of the 7th inning. Caden Maynard, the first baseman. Burrows lurks on deck for Waterford. Breaking ball fouled straight back on a good cut by Maynard. He was not fooled by that breaking ball.
That was a good rip.
Good swing.
Where did they jump on one there? 1-2 count, though. Nolan Connolly. See, he's battled this inning, has he not?
Yes.
He's battled. He is fatigued. He's laboring, but he's battling. That's the best way to put it.
Yeah, this is championship baseball right here.
Yeah.
All you got in the tank. The 1-2 pitch to Maynard. Breaking ball, fisted right field. It's going to fall in front of Levesque, and it's going to load the bases. Caden Maynard got sawed off, but he was strong enough to fist it into right field and drop it in front of Levesque. And the bases are loaded for Jared Burrows.
Yeah, guess who's at the dish right now? Jared Burrows.
Burrows
Wow.
has hit a sharp single to left, popped up to the second baseman, and flew out to center
Deep
field.
center. Luke Leonard had to track that one down. Jack Biggs showing a lot of confidence right now in Nolan Connolly by leaving him in this inning.
He will go from the windup. Bases loaded. 1 out. Burrows represents the go-ahead run. Hard line drive down the left field line. It's a base hit. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. On his way to third is Maynard on a double by Jared Burrows, and the Lancers are not done yet.
Jared Burrows turning on a first pitch fastball down the left side, Casey. What a great piece of hitting. First pitch, saw it, jumped on it, and delivered the goods.
And just like that, with 1 out, it's a 4-3 game. The tying run at third, the go-ahead run at second. And coming to the dish, the right fielder, Luke Sokolsky.
Boy, Nolan Connolly has given East Lyme everything he's possibly had this game, and he might just be out of gas right now. Wow. We're going to get a pinch runner in.
Matt Sanford's going to run for Caden Maynard. The junior Sanford will head down. He'll run at third.
Pinch running for the Waterford Lancers. Number 8, Matt Sanford.
He's leaving Conley in the ballgame.
Right fielder, number 5, Luke Sokolsky.
Infield comes in. They do not want to give up the tying run. What will the Waterford do? Conley from the windup. Burrows with a big lead off of second base. He represents the go-ahead run. Fastball drilled right at the third baseman. They've got him in a pickle. They play at third, and they got him.
What a big-time play over there. Fantastic. Caught in no man's land was the pinch runner.
Frazier did a great job. He saw that Sanford was off the bag. Sanford tried to scurry back, and they get him at third base for a huge second out. Sokolsky to first on the fielder's choice, and we're going to get Liam Kane. The junior will pinch hit for Driscoll. First and second, 2 outs. And first pitch, breaking ball. He fouls it in the box. So Kane in a big spot. How would you like to pinch hit? First and second, 2 outs, down a run, 7th inning, ECC championship game. Connolly battling, the momentum going back and forth, and Kane. Connolly delivers. Breaking ball down, nice job by Toback. Got a huge stop, because if Burrows can get down to third base, you'd have the go-ahead run on second, the tying run only 90 feet away. 1-1 pitch, Connolly battling, trying to preserve the victory for the Vikings. Fastball right by him. 1-2 on Liam Kane. The Vikings, 1 pitch away from back-to-back ECC championships over Waterford. The Lancers down to their final strike. And Kane wants time.
High drama here at Fitch High School for the championship, ECC style case.
The pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt, evens the count, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 on base in the 7th. Kane in the box, Conley delivers, and it's a high pop-up on the infield. Who wants it? Mengi, the second baseman, and the Eastline Vikings are your 2019 ECC champions. 4-3, your final score, and they mob Conley on the mound.
Back-to-back championships, and Conley delivered the goods for Jack Biggs and the Eastline Vikings.
4-3.
Eastline Vikings, your 2019
And Conley
baseball champion.
locked it down despite the double by Burrows and the threat by the Lancers. Eastline holds on. Your final score, 4-3.
We will have a team presentation.
The offensive player of the game, Tristan Levesque, a double, a triple, and 2 runs scored. Alec Elmer scored a run, and of course, Alex Frazier, 3 times on base with a walk, a single, and a hit by pitch. He scored what was at the time the go-ahead run. On the other side of things, Ben Jerome scored twice for Waterford. Sutman scored a run on the double by Burrows. It looked like Waterford might have a chance, second and third with 1 out. But a freaky play off the bat of Luke Sokolsky got pinch runner Matthew Sanford in no man's land at third base. And now we will turn it over to PA announcer Bill Donovan for our post-game awards.
Co-chairman, Mr. Phil Orby, the athletic director of Montville High School, is presenting the ECC baseball plaque to Mr. Jack Biggs. They repeat as ECC champions, so congratulations to the coaching staff and the players. And we've got 1 more award to make. Picture time. All right, folks, the most valuable tournament player from Eastline, number 16, Tristan Levesque. Tristan had a double and a triple tonight. Pitched the game the other night, played some good outfield, played first base, and he is our most valuable player. Congratulations to both teams for making it to the championship game. CIC tournament starts next Tuesday.
Sports Doctor is heading down on the field. He's going to effort head coach Jack Biggs and some of the happy Vikings as well. The MVP, as you heard, Tristan Levesque, the junior first baseman, pitcher, center fielder, but more importantly, number 3 hitter. The MVP. Nolan Connolly, however, is the sort of unsung MVP of today's game, as Connolly came in and held Waterford at bay and battled through the 7th inning as the Lancers held on. They hold up the ECC banner as they are the 2019 tournament champions for the Eastern Connecticut Conference. Doctor is going to find Coach Biggs, and we'll see if he gets Tristan Levesque or Nolan Connolly. And the East Lyme Vikings, champions of the ECC 2019. Sports Doctor calling him over. All right, Sports Doctor.
All right, Coach Jack Biggs. Well, a familiar position, back-to-back ECC championships versus a Waterford team. Boy, you guys early were kind of almost down, but not really. I mean, they walked a lot of batters. Luke struggled up there, and it felt like Waterford had a lot of momentum. Then you switched to the bullpen, and it seemed to settle things down a little bit.
Yeah, we were down, but we weren't out. And,
right.
and if you heard these guys in the dugout, every single pitch of every single inning, they were up for each other. They were supporting each other, and they never gave in. And that's what turned the momentum around in this game.
What's something special about this team and this program over the last 4 or 5 years, come tournament time, where these kids just kind of get it?
Well, I think, it's a process. It takes time to get through the season, the weather, our field conditions. So at the end of the year, you always want to be able to play your best baseball at the end. And that's what these guys have been able to do year after year, and that's a tradition now.
Nolan Connolly comes in out of the bullpen. Son, pressure was on you. You delivered the goods. What was your mindset coming in, replacing Luke?
Just let him hit the ball and throw strikes, honestly. I know I got great players behind me, so I just let him do the work.
You labored a little bit in the 7th inning. You seemed to get a little bit tired. What did it take to reach down deep and finish the game off?
I mean, the circumstances were just huge, so I just had to dig deep and go for it.
Yeah. Jack, how proud are you of this team right here, this year's team?
I'm very proud of all these guys, the coaches, everybody that contributed to this season. We're not done yet, though.
It's a lot of fun. You guys, ECC champions. Casey, never gets old for Coach Jack Biggs and his team. They just find a way come tournament time.
Yeah, Sports Doctor, I like what he said. Even though they were down on the bench, it was a veritable sound factory down there. Noises, they were in the game. They were not giving up. And it was that kind of energy that propelled them here. They stayed in it. They are a class program, and they are the back-to-back ECC champions. You see a happy group, Tommy Mason flexing, and the young Vikings coming in. There's their heroes right there, Tristan Levesque and the rest of the Vikings. So congratulations to the 2019 East Lyme Vikings, your ECC Baseball Tournament champions. For Peter Wappy, all the crew, the Sports Doctor, nice job on the scoreboard by the Junior Voice of Game Day. I'm Casey O'Neill saying thank you all very much and good night, everybody.